You may take a break, not us. We never take a break. We're always on. PPRNradio.net. Music 24/7. He's not your average radio guy. In fact, he's not even average.
He's not even worth listening to.
The Peter Pinho Show on PPRNradio.net.
Hey! Yellow! Yep. Yep.
The Peter Pinho Show on PPRNradio.net.
Giggity, giggity, giggity.
The Peter Pinho Show on PPRNradio.net.
A very blunt person, unfortunately.
It's not hard enough.
You had to decide how you're going to get here. And you might be getting ready and ask your wife, babe, you want me to drive? If you're Italian, you probably try and get like, well, you think we're going to get like a stretch or something like that? Do we get a cab? What do we do? Maybe Uber? A lot of people like Uber. Uber X. What is it? What is it? It's like hitchhiking with your phone. God knows what's going to pull up tonight to pick you up. Some guy in a Ford Festiva. Groceries in the back. Baby seat next to you. With a baby. Loose popcorn on the floor. What's going on back here, guy? Are you on an errand? What is this? Uber Black, that's another one, people. That's a better. You might get a sedan, an SUV. You ever get into that guy's car? He's so proud of his candy. As soon as you get in, I got candy if you want. I got it in the cheese. I got gum, Jolly Rancher. I got iPhone 3, 4, 5, 6 charge. I got iPhone 9. It's not out, but I have if you need it. What? These are weird experiences. You get in an Uber, they're rating you. You're rating them. Everybody's on some weird fake behavior. As soon as you get in, you have to ask. You feel like, okay, I gotta. How long have you been doing Uber? And they never just do Uber. They always got some side business. You ask them, how long? No, come on. I do this 12 hours a week, but my real business, I got a discotheque in Istanbul. What? The hell are you talking about? And Uber is expanding into a lot of different areas. You don't have this yet here in New York City, but in Los Angeles, they have a thing called Uber Kitten, where they'll bring a cat to your house for 1 hour.
I can't do Uber this weekend, though.
Why would you do that?
Oh, you talking about your experience.
I've never.
A very blunt person, unfortunately.
It's not hard enough.
In honor of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Fuck everybody that doesn't think they don't deserve to be there. Very accomplished band. Many albums, been around for fucking 30 plus years. And the criteria for Hall of Fame is 20 years after your record. After your first record. Depeche Mode's been around for almost 40 years. They have lots of records and sell out arenas still.
Yeah, I think the people who get really upset with the
it shouldn't be Rock and Roll Hall of Fame if Biggie's in it. Shut up.
Well, they shouldn't call it rock and roll then. Am I on?
Hold on. Rock and roll is just a form of music. It doesn't mean like Beatles and Metallica.
No,
like it's outdated, that Hall of Fame, because
that's
there's
what I'm
more
saying.
music than rock and
They
roll.
should call it like the Music Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Like they should update the name. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's. You know what I'm saying? Like if they're
I
gonna
know what
have,
you're saying.
Yeah. Because you're right. It's not just rock and roll. It's they are
Well, here's
honoring
the
all kinds
problem.
of artists.
If they were to do just a hip hop Hall of Fame, people would bitch. If they would do just a country Hall of Fame, people would bitch. So they put everybody in. Like now we're putting everybody in. Everybody's mad.
Well, the thing is, I think there is a Country Music Hall of Fame. And
There is. They got their own music awards,
right,
too.
And nobody knows about it because it doesn't matter. I mean,
It's in Tennessee.
Right. And the artists are deserving of being in the Hall of Fame, but just no one talks about it.
Isn't that the Grand Ole Opry they call it?
I think. Well, there is one there.
I mean, Depeche Mode was rock back then, but it was alternative rock. It was still rock. Biggie, maybe not. Whitney, maybe not.
Madonna, not really.
Like, people were like, I don't know if these guys are getting mad at it, but people were like, why isn't Dave Matthews in? Because Dave Matthews never went mainstream. He had 2 mainstream songs. Like Fish. Fish will never be in it. Is The Dead in it? The Dead isn't in it, right?
Depeche Mode was the first CD I ever bought.
I don't think the Dead are in
Maxi
But
single
see,
of
people like The Dead.
That's a good question. They should be.
Jesus.
Yeah, but people like The Dead and Fish didn't do mainstream stuff, so they're not going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
They didn't break any records. They didn't get any Oscars. They
But
didn't.
rock and roll is not about being mainstream. Like, I mean, what do you get when you get into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? Like,
You get nothing. You get notoriety. Half the people are dead.
Like, we've been together, like this band's been going 5 years, so 15 years from now would be 20 years in, right? So, if all of a sudden we were in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, what would we have? Like
Notoriety. That's it.
get like a little ribbon to wear.
Yeah, that's it. Just let everybody. I don't know. I think Depeche Mode is deserved with Priest too. You can't be mad at Priest. People are mad at Priest. Why are you mad at Priest? Priest is 40 years plus too. You mad at Priest?
Yeah.
But you're not mad at Nine Inch Nails?
Right. I'm actually surprised they're not in it. Depeche Mode. Depeche Mode.
They just got nominated today.
I know, but you know what I mean? Like already. I'm
Yeah.
saying, like I would have. If someone said to me, "Oh, are they in it?" I'd be like, "Yeah, probably."
But you know what's funny? During this time, people will argue for the 2 weeks, and then they won't care again.
Yeah, people like
until-
Stosh Ball. You believe this shit?
Yeah, like it affects him personally.
You believe
Like,
it? I can't believe you got a job. What do you mean you believe it?
Right, who's the guy who actually makes the decision? Who says yes or no?
The fans do, don't they? Or,
how-
no, no.
I don't know. Is that how it works?
No, Billboard magazine makes the
okay.
decision.
But there's fan influence as well. That,
Yeah, but Billboard magazine is the one that
Yeah.
opened that up, didn't they?
So
Or
there's a vote.
But like, even Billboard, like, at least to me, hasn't been relevant for like, like. the last
they've been relevant, but
8
they've
years.
been around for years.
No, of
Like
course
Dick
they have,
Clark isn't
but-
relevant anymore, but he's still got a name.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead.
He's Ryan Seacrest, is what he is.
They just transported his brain. into
Ryan
the rest
swallowed
body.
enough. Ryan swallowed enough of his
stolen.
semen to be him. So can't believe that guy's famous.
I know.
I got one of his neckties. I don't know. That's all I know about him.
Was it a good night?
It was a good necktie. It was amazing.
He has lots of money.
I don't know.
Right, I got a Jerry Garcia tie. Yeah, you know. Not that I ever wear a tie.
Those were good nights, though, man, with Jerry.
Yeah, but people like the Dead should be in it. Like they,
absolutely.
Look how long. I mean, a lot of their albums were bootlegged instead of bought in a store, but still, they let you record. They didn't give a fuck. They weren't that fucking piece of shit from Metallica. Oh, you can't record. They let you bring. They let you bring recorders with the orange button that you have to push down.
Yeah.
And record like fucking all my buddies have
Right.
shows from the 70s and 80s.
Yeah. Well,
the Dead in fucking Georgia.
Yeah. Well, that's because they didn't play the same thing every night. You know what I mean? Like they were
But they
always
didn't care.
inventing.
Like, hey, record. We don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Get out of here. We make enough money.
Yeah, and the fans are all ages. Like people our age are like the Deadheads. It exists.
Yep.
It's amazing.
1,000 years from now, there'll still be young kids getting into listening to the Dead.
They'll never
It
go
will
away.
never die.
At the Mars Hotel.
It will never die.
Phil's still got a few years left.
And then it's kind of like rebranded itself in a way. Like there's Dead and Company now, and it's
That's John Mayer.
It'll go on forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Mayer shouldn't be in it. Who did that?
Yeah,
I'm Team Mayer, man. I
Are
think
you?
he's pretty cool. Somebody thought I was John Mayer once.
Oh,
Like, when his
really?
album first came out, he came running out of this cabaret.
Should have cashed in on that.
John. And
I
I was
can't
like,
believe
I didn't
people-
know who he was actually.
Right.
I can't believe people
on
like
that one.
Fish are fucking famous. My buddy's
They're
a
an incredible
sound guy
band.
for them.
the ultimate jam band.
Yeah, they're incredible.
He gets the company he works for is out of Connecticut. It's called Snow Sound. He gets $180,000 a year salary.
Nice.
He gets $100 a day from Fish for spending. And when Fish tours, they have 8 tractor trailers that follow behind the tour trucks just for catering.
Yeah.
Just for catering.
Jesus.
Like
The
they
munchies,
feed a
man.
whole fucking like
Yeah.
I think they feed the whole Coliseum.
Here you go.
8 trucks for catering. I'm sure 2 of them or 3 of them are equipment, but still. 8 trucks. He makes $180,000 a year. He gets $100 a day for spending. He never goes anywhere to spend it. So that's an extra $700 a week he makes just.
Banking in $700.
Yeah, his check goes direct deposit.
That's the way to do it.
You know, and he doesn't even.
That's why you pay $150 for a ticket these days.
I remember paying like
How much-
$34 for a Fish ticket.
Me too.
Yeah.
When my first
There's a
show,
seat over there.
my first Fish show was in '89. I think I probably paid $20.
Yeah.
The last New Year's show I went to, I paid $200 for a ticket.
That's absurd.
How much did you pay for Depeche Mode, babe?
I think like 150 a ticket or
Let
something.
me tell you something. That 150 was the best 150 ever spent. You just move him over like that? Go on mic 1 then. Yeah, that one. Yeah. And then she took me to Peter Gabriel and Sting. Oh man,
That was a good show, I'm sure.
over at fucking in Long
Jones
Island,
Beach.
Nice.
Jones Beach. Dude, they sounded like the record.
That's boring though.
No, it's not. You had to be there, man.
No,
So
I mean
it-
I collect records and I love the records, but you know I want a different experience. I don't want the record.
But it was real. It wasn't. I mean, it
Like it's not
sounded
piped
so
in.
good.
They're
It was
not lip syncing.
No.
They're making it happen.
And
Yeah,
they
no,
had
I
people
respect that.
from. They had people like they picked up along the tour, and had them just come sing.
Right on.
Like women that could really sing well, come
Yeah.
out and do like what did she do?
I don't remember what
In Your
song she
Eyes or
did,
something?
but when he says they sounded like the record, it's not because they were playing the songs off the record like note for note. They just sounded really good. Like it
They had a
wasn't
six-figure
like it
sound
was a
guy, man.
recording, right? But they played each other's songs and they played with each other. Like it was a really good show.
When was that?
That was
Recently, or?
a couple years ago, 2 years ago,
Nice.
Yeah.
something like that, 2 or 3 years ago.
Is that outside? The Jones Beach?
Yeah,
Is it
Jones
outside?
Beach is
Yeah.
Venue?
outside.
Great venue.
Just
And-
outside, and then
and,
boats get to.
Fishbowl, and what are they
hang
called?
out and watch. Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah.
Phil Lesh there and Bob Dylan. It's a good show.
Yeah, we had nosebleed seats, like
Doesn't
almost-
matter.
almost like third from the top
No,
somewhere.
but it doesn't matter. I'd rather those seats because you know what? You could see the show still good. You can hear it good,
Yeah.
and you could see the ocean still.
Yeah. it's a different experience. Like if
Yeah.
you're in the nosebleeds or in your like lawn tickets, like it's a different show. You're hanging out, you're dancing. It's like a different vibe. You're a picnic or some shit out there. But if you're like right up there up front, it's like a different type of energy, and it's more like you're just right there with.
If
the
a
fans.
hurricane came, we were fucked. A tsunami, that place, if it ever got like,
We might have been
because
good
it's
with
in the
tsunami.
middle of the water.
Yeah, you'd have a legendary story though. Oh man, the time the hurricane came.
We
Oh,
might
man.
we might have been right
might have
above
been
the
enough,
tsunami.
Right, I try to go where the sound is the best. You know, always go where the sound is the best.
Oh,
It
the
might be
whole-
up top, it
have
might
you-
be down lower. I'll walk around in a concert until I find the best spot.
Have
for
you ever been there?
sound. Jones Beach, yeah, I saw fish there.
Right, so every seat you get is a good sound.
Yep. Oh yeah, the sound there is great.
Yeah.
Their sound's always good.
It's scary though. Those seats are like
Yep.
they're fucking high.
Yeah.
Like you, if
Great
you're
venue,
drunk,
though.
you like people were dancing. I'm like, sit the fuck down. Fucking dancing to Peter Gabriel.
Because you feel like
what
you're
kind
like
of song does he have that's danceable?
you feel like you're straight up. Like it
Yeah.
doesn't feel like an incline.
Yeah, it doesn't. Like you're like, who dances to Peter Gabriel? Sit down, fucking bitch. I wasn't even mad at her. I was just mad at her because she made me nervous. Fuck out of here.
You're endangering everyone around you.
Yeah, like don't you see? Go have fun somewhere else. It's a concert. Just sit there and just watch.
Yeah, go stand in line at the bathroom. Dance there.
Yeah, don't be that lady at the fucking Village People concert.
Thinking they're part of the show. You're not. You bought a ticket.
And people should like these venues, they should hire people to seat people. You shouldn't have a seat number. It should be height identifiable or height according, right? Because we went to see the comedian,
Bob Saget.
Full House, Bob
yeah,
Saget.
Bob Saget.
The tallest fucking dude that could ever been created was in front of me.
That's me at every show, man. I love it.
Oh my God! I got tickets to go see Kiss. I was like third from the stage. I'm 4'11". Like even if I stood on the chair,
Yeah,
I
it should-
still couldn't see.
Yeah, it should be height appropriate.
Well, you know what they do? You can adjust the seat like in like a car. So if you're X amount of tall, you
Yeah, but then you're
point
fucking
down
up the
and
guy
you-
behind you.
No, the seat sinks.
Oh.
So the back.
That's
the
my
back of
weight,
the chair- Listen, it's just a thought.
Okay. You can't raise. You got to do height appropriate. Everybody gets the same seat, but it's just height appropriate. All the short people up front.
Bucket seats everywhere.
Just bring a step ladder with you next time.
Oh my God! Yeah, I like that.
A couple phone books.
I mean, when I went to, what was it, Nickelback, they had everybody standing on the floor and stuff, and I had the pink and the yellow bracelets to go next to the stage to see the band, and people are just like, can't get by me, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, listen, bitch, I got a pink and a yellow bracelet. Get out of my
She said
freaking way.
Nickelback, and nobody said nothing.
So
I had a free ticket.
We were good.
I had
So
a
what
free
you're
ticket.
so what you're saying essentially is that from now on, all concert venues should have like the opposite of a carnival,
Yeah.
where they have that ruler that says you must be this tall to
Yeah.
ride. It's like the front seat, like all the seats now. It's like must be this short.
Yeah,
sit in
blue
this
section
area.
is 4 foot 8 or under.
Yeah.
They're flipping
Right.
through like a sheet, like, oh, you're section 409.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta have the little. No, what you do is you put bars, like through a doorway. You put bars so the tall people can't walk through.
They just get clotheslined.
Boom.
But yeah, but imagine
If you can't walk through this door normally, you don't go.
Yeah, it's like,
that'd
all
be
right,
great
let's
for the
try
name
down
of
the hall.
comedy too. Imagine how many people when they get too drunk they can't find their fucking
Yeah.
they can't find the right doorway. There's like you just hear clong in the middle of the fucking.
Because it's always the tall ones that are the rudest.
But Rebecca and Kendall wouldn't be allowed to sit together.
I was just going to say, you couldn't sit next to your friend if you were taller than
So
them.
what?
Hey, I'd always be in the front.
It's like hanging out with my
you
wife
would-
at the casino. We just go and we see
sit
each
with
other
your
later.
wife.
Oh, I tried to get in the concert, but I was too high.
Can't wash myself.
That's funny.
I mean, tall. Okay.
Well, in that case, they give you like a harness, like Master Blaster from Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, where your short friend just sits on your shoulders in like a harness.
Yeah.
Quaid.
So Hollywood, I gotta wait for Boo, but I don't know. I'll just talk about it really quick.
Right.
Hollywood's genius fucking Gwyneth Paltrow.
What happened? What'd she do?
I mean, I don't know if she's not a genius. I don't know what she is. But Hollywood's gone nuts. So she made a candle that smells like her vagina.
Really?
Yeah, so, like, can you go to a store, like, say Yankee Candle and say, can I have a Gwyneth Paltrow post-period
Let me
with
get to it.
discharge?
Oh, come on. Is that true?
Yeah, she sold out.
She did.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking weird.
Like, can I get Gwyneth Paltrow Starkist? Or alkalytic battery?
I don't know, man.
How about Scotch tape? You
You're
got Scotch tape, Gwyneth?
You're a proponent of capitalism, and that is capitalism at its finest.
A candle. What does a candle vagina smell like? Scotch tape?
I don't know.
Probably smells like the fish,
What?
fish
What's it
market.
smell like?
She had to agree to that, though, right?
Fish is not a good smell, Dane.
I didn't say
She
it
had to
was,
agree to
but-
that, though, right?
She made it.
That's fucking weird.
Pervs are undefeated.
I mean, better a candle than a body wash, right?
Well, that's next.
What's that?
What is that?
Imagine the possibilities.
Or like the wax of the candle is the body wash. Like what's you burn it down, you kind of scoop some out and lather up.
By the way, I just read just before
That's
I got
kinda
here.
disturbing.
Speaking of famous people and stuff, I just read before I got here that the Rock's dad passed
R.I.P.
away.
Yeah,
Rocky
so
Johnson.
sad.
R.I.P.
So sad.
Yeah, at 75, that's
Don't look at
youngish.
That's youngish. Yeah, it's too soon, man. It's too soon.
Especially if you're like somebody famous is dad. He's they got money.
Right, somebody like Neil Peart, who just died.
Right, there's another one. Yeah, good call.
67, he just
Yeah.
died.
Yeah.
Greatest drummer of all time.
You know, that's another thing I want to bring up.
Been really bummed about that.
And I'm not trying to be a dick, right? Neil Peart died, I get it.
Okay.
But before he died, everybody fucking knocked on Rush.
Yeah, they're
Oh,
idiots.
everybody hates him, blah, blah, blah.
No, I was talking about Rush the night before he died, man. You
Yeah.
know, they're
I
a
was-
unique band.
I was talking about Rush the night before he died, too.
Yeah. With Spigs, actually. Yeah, totally was. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, everybody hated on Rush, and all of a sudden he's dead.
Yeah, people are assholes.
Well, look at
people
Michael
were
Jackson.
talking about
You
him
like what you
because
like
they-
or you don't
they
like it.
stopped touring and stuff. They stopped touring, and people are just like, oh, Rush is this, Rush is that. And, now that Neil Peart died, they're all like, oh, so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, you know what? The guy stopped touring, and he stopped playing for a reason. You know what? Stop talking about things when you don't know the reasons why he stopped touring and stuff.
Right, they kept it pretty hush-hush, his
Yeah.
illness.
Yeah.
Absolutely, they did.
And that's the reason why. And so, you know what? If you don't know all the facts, keep your freaking mouth shut.
It was like brain cancer.
Yeah, man.
Like spinal cord cancer, too, or something.
Something.
Some weird
And
name.
it just took a
Yeah,
short
they kept it really
time.
quiet.
But people came out of the woodwork and they're like, the band's a douche, they're this, they're that, because they decided to stop touring and stuff. And nobody really knew the whole reason. And it was their business to say, hey, we're not going to do this anymore. We're not going to do this. And respect his privacy. You know what? He stopped touring, and that's that.
Yeah, it should be thank you, man, for all the stuff you did.
For all the
Like,
stuff you did. I went to the last concert for Motley Crue, and they said that Nick Mars was not going to come back out because he had some kind of muscle
Degenerative arthritis.
and they said that
His
he
body's
couldn't play
rotting.
anymore. And now he's coming back out on concert, and I am so flippin' mad about that because when I saw him play, he could hardly play.
I heard the same thing
Yeah.
in the last tour where he literally
Yeah.
couldn't play those guitar solos
and
anymore.
now he's coming back out because he wants money. I'm just like, give me a break. You couldn't play at the last tour. And the last tour...
Oh, you're starting to piss me off, you little piglet son of a bitch.
They cut it short, and now he's coming back out for more money. And it's just like,
It's not for the love of the music, you think?
Yeah, it's not for the love of the music. It's for the money.
Yeah, but then when he dies, you're gonna say, "Oh, I loved him so much, and I wish he had played more." No. I'm kidding. Well, because you were just saying about Neil Peart and how people were saying like, "Oh, never mind." I'm trying to lighten the mood. We're bringing it down.
I spent $170 on my hockey jersey. I want to wear my damn hockey jersey
Right.
that says "End of the tour."
Right.
My question about Rush is, can they go on without him?
They should just get.
It's just not even going to
wow,
be
good
possible.
question.
They had another drummer before Neil. They should just get that guy again.
Yeah, well, I don't know. That's a real
Well,
tough
the reason
act to
the reason
follow.
that guy quit and they got Neil Peart to begin with was because that guy had like super serious diabetes and
Right.
like at the time they didn't
Yep.
really have great meds for what he had.
Plus, he was the lyricist.
Yeah.
He wrote all the lyrics.
Yep.
So for them to carry on without him, I don't know. They
Well, I
could
mean,
possibly do that.
I think they have enough songs where they don't need to write anything new. They can
Yeah,
tour on
I'm
their
just saying,
merit.
right, I'm
and
just wondering if they'll still go
play
on
plenty
and
of
play
music.
with another guy.
Yeah, the Eagles are going on tour again. They're doing the whole Hotel California album. They're going to do, like, how many shows with the Hotel California album?
With Don Henley on drums?
Yeah.
If anything, I imagine they'll probably do, like Alex Lifeson and Geddy Lee will go out as, like, a Rush review kind of a thing, where it's like they'll get, like, a couple of other drummers, or they'll get, like, somebody who's really good, and it'll be like they won't bill themselves as Rush anymore. It'll be like a Rush retrospective or something. You know what I mean? Where it's like
Rush and Company.
That makes
yeah,
sense.
something. Yeah, you know what I mean? I imagine they'll try to do
It's
something
hard
like
to
that.
replace Neil Peart.
Yeah.
He's unreplaceable.
Yeah.
All right, while you guys were away last week, because it's 10 years of PPRN,
Hey, congratulations.
thank you. We took on another show, which is on Sunday nights.
Ooh.
Here's a little clip of it. 4 black guys,
Okay.
4 live crew,
Nice.
4 black guys, and they were talking about reparations. I'm like, reparations?
For what?
Huh? Because the one black guy Joe was like, he was saying, be careful how you market this because the white guy can take it. I said, just 4 black people in my basement. What am I taking? This is like your reparations. You just took over the whole basement.
Yeah.
So here's a little clip of theirs.
And Rasan Langley was performing out there, and I'm gonna be honest, you could count on one hand really how many men was in the place, dude. It was
a lot of women in there.
It was all freaking women. Just about
Wow.
6 birthday parties going on.
And where's this place located?
It's
On the Post
in
Road,
Milford
no.
on the
Okay.
Post Road.
Okay, now.
It's right next to the massage parlor.
Yeah.
You would.
If you go to rubmaps.com, go to the one that says $60 on the Boston Post Road.
We do the $40. We do 40.
Half hour?
So I got a mess with our brother Joe. You know, big shout out to Joe. Joe is our vet within our group.
Yeah.
He served in our United States Army. You know, big
My
props.
brothers and sisters
Big
out
props to him.
It's still. Yeah, it's in the.
How Howard Stern got
the
started?
man
Hartford.
raising his hand right next to you.
Hartford.
Okay, but you know who?
All right, so that's every Sunday from 6 to 7, right?
Oh, nice little hour chat.
Huh?
It's a nice little hour-long chat.
No one can go as long as us, dude.
That's what she said.
She never said that.
Hey, wait a minute. I feel like GSWD gets some good airtime.
He's still us.
I know he's still. I'm just.
It's basically we do a combined 6,
I
7
see.
hours.
I see.
You guys
Us.
do 7.
Us means the white man. I get it.
I know.
I'm just fucking with you. I'm just
So
bringing-
racist.
Yeah.
Um,
That's why you hired me.
Bring out the best.
yeah,
How do you think I got elected?
Sunday 6 to 7, the 4 live crew, and they talk. They're actually dirtier than us.
Nice. That's cool.
So that's good. Another addition to the
Very cool to the family.
network.
Yeah, there was a lot of laughing going on down here.
Black people are funny.
Well, people can be funny.
I'm not.
Why
You're
you
not
gotta
black.
make it- Why you gotta make it around race?
Because that's what they are.
Funny look.
Because that's what they say when they're in their people. Yeah, I went to the white man's house the other day, did a radio show. Motherfucker was funny as hell, though. He wanted us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey, brother.
That's what they say, too. Come on. It's not a
I
race
know, I'm
thing.
just playing.
I'm not fucking with it. I'm just saying. That's just what... Listen. If you listen to the whole show, I was going back and forth with him like I would normally do
of course.
on this show.
Did you run their board that night?
No, he ran it
Yeah?
himself.
No shit.
He's a radio guy. They're all DJs of YBC, so...
Oh, cool.
That's funny.
Johnny's like, I didn't know you quit.
New
It's
child.
because you're never there.
He also sounded like you were sitting 10 feet away from the microphone.
Yeah. Mr. Radio Guy.
Lounging over here.
Hey, how you doing?
I remember. Wait, I think I met John once before. He's been on this show before, right?
Yeah, he's got the leg that's longer than the other.
Maybe. I wasn't. He was sitting when I saw him. But he wears glasses,
Yeah.
right? Tall dude.
He,
Yeah.
he used to be on once a week.
Yes, I remember that.
For 2 weeks.
No, more than
He
2
quit.
weeks.
I remember he came down in Hamden one night. One of the nights I was on, and we were like shooting the breeze with him.
Yeah, he quit early.
A couple times.
He did our show once.
Yeah.
He came on.
He's all right.
Seems like a cool dude.
He's the guy. He's the black guy I argue with on Facebook about Trump shit.
Yeah. I remember he knew my Han Solo jacket when I was wearing it. One
He calls himself John Solo.
Yeah, there you go. That's probably it then.
We got a bunch of things coming up tonight. Not a very long farter short. We have that at the 8:30 hour.
Would you say that it's brief?
Very brief. Cotton briefs. The JSB Band, John Spignesi Band, is here.
Hello, buddy.
Yeah.
Those are the voices you hear to the left of me.
Yeah, the mystery voices.
If you're listening to it on podcast, which is probably 5 days from today, or whenever, we are on 8 platforms now: Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts. Did I say Spotify? Yeah.
iTunes, Spotify, Google.
We're on iHeart, but we got kicked off iHeart.
Who
Got
needs it?
kicked off.
One fucking minute.
Why?
Our content. This is very mellow tonight. Trust me. We're on a bunch of any place you get good podcasts.
Even though you marked explicit, they still booted you?
Well, somebody had something to do with it. So, our old producer Phil.
Really?
Yeah.
That guy's a piece of
We didn't have a license at the time, and then he ratted us out. And they kicked us off for that.
Yeah, it's no fun.
Yeah, whatever.
Going out of your way.
lame.
Dick.
Fuck Spotify.
It's very, what's the word I'm looking for? Not nitpicky.
Petty.
Petty is the word I'm looking for.
Dick.
Petty thing to do.
Yeah.
Going out of your
Dick.
way.
So I promised. Well, once Boo gets here, what the fuck is this problem?
He said he was running late. You didn't see that?
I know how late.
Yeah, he said he was going to be
10 to 10?
very late. I don't know. He didn't have a time. He in the messenger he said, hold on, I'll read it back to you. I'll review the notes.
He wouldn't miss it for the world.
He said running late, really late. We'll be there as soon as I possibly can.
All right, so
That was at 7.
we promised we were going to do each person a week, and I think this week, because Dane was the one that was offended last week,
How was I offended? What?
he was upset
For what? I don't remember what I was
that I do sound effects when he talks.
I do. Yeah. What the fuck is that about?
Hit him, Dane. Hit him.
And then we'll save our interview for the Facebook Live. We go Facebook Live at 8:30, and find out what's going on with the band. Rebecca's over there studying hard. Ricky's over here, bought me a nice penis.
Yeah.
It's going to be the show's
It's actual size.
Wait,
Yeah.
wait. Please be kind.
How much did that run
Rewind.
you?
Oh, that's what that is. I was wondering what
That's a
that was. That's a
Dick-
chode.
That's a Dickachu from
Oh.
China.
Did you name him
It's
yet?
adorable.
Dickachu. It's gonna be. I'm gonna wear it tomorrow on stage.
It's kind
Are
of
ya?
creepy.
Yeah, I'm gonna look like a Flavor Flav, but
How are you gonna wear it?
I'm gonna put a string around it.
Oh,
You know how Flavor Flav used to wear the clock?
okay. That's gonna be fun.
Dick at
That'll
you,
be
huh?
my icon.
Jesus.
Right? That'll be my thing I wear on
Kind of
stage.
creepy.
It's creepy, right? Looks like a Dickachu.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like stuff you would see on Pokemon Go, right?
Yeah.
They're like strip joints
oh, yeah.
and massage
Caught
parlors.
5 of them.
You're gonna get a lot of questions if you wear that.
I've,
all right.
yeah, I'm gonna.
That's Pokemon No. Up there.
I feel like that's something you do once you've established yourself a little bit.
No, you start off from the beginning.
Yeah. There you go.
You can't be adding stuff to it. You either gotta go full bore, or that. If I bomb, then it's it.
Well,
If I bomb tomorrow and Sunday, that's it. I'm never doing it again.
okay.
No,
fair enough.
come on.
I'm going full bore.
No, listen. You bombed twice. Who cares? You keep going.
Yep.
It's some.
If
It has to
anybody
be-
doesn't know what I'm talking about, I'm starting stand-up tomorrow.
It has to be something you want, and if you want it bad enough, you won't let the bombs get you down.
Oh, I give up real easy.
No.
I got a
Because
very
you
low
can bomb
self-esteem.
35 times
You
in a
can't
row.
give up.
You got to keep going.
Yep.
Amazing job.
Thanks. I need you there in the corner.
Think about Thomas Edison.
I'll just hold up a sign.
Yeah, like a limo driver.
Or I'll bring a light bright, like really. Like,
And if you're coming tomorrow night, don't fucking heckle me, because I'm not drinking and I'm on edge. Don't heckle my first night. Third night, yeah, but not the first night.
Well, you should heckle an open
Critique
mic
me
anyway.
later, not during.
Anyone who heckles at an open mic, come on.
Yeah.
Pick up breeding or something.
So tomorrow I'll be at Tony's
Tony.
Huntington Inn
Yes, in Bridgeport.
in Bridgeport. Full of pizza and fucking carbs, things I can't eat no more.
Nice. There you go.
Go start my first fucking comedy show with no beer and no carbs. Yay.
Yeah. Fuck that.
So you go no booze all you're doing like a diet thing.
I'm gonna do the first.
The whole 30, or what are you doing?
We're doing a smoothie diet. Not a smoothie diet. I'm just detoxing because my sleep apnea and all that shit's all fucked up. So I got to lose some like quick weight, and then I'm just gonna maintain a normal diet.
Yeah.
But I'm doing the smoothies twice a day, and then a protein meal. So it's basically keto and smoothies together.
Yeah.
You become a tequila drinker. I think
I'm
that's
pissing a lot. Like my shits have been like this long.
That's all the fiber. That's all the
That's
good
what it
stuff.
is.
Yeah.
I was in the train station this morning pooping.
Yeah.
Dude, it came out of the water, hit the seat, and then bent over and went down.
Yikes!
Like a snake when you used to like the snakes.
I would have actually appreciated a photo. So just keep it in mind for the future.
It's like dark,
Right.
black, fucking
Pyramid.
brown protein. Yeah,
Maybe you should just continue just being fat.
I don't care about being fat. I want to be able to breathe at night. I don't care about.
okay.
Dude, I'm going to be 50 in a month and a half. I don't care what I look like.
We'll get you an oxygen tank.
Good. Well, I have a CPAP machine and it's not working, so I just want to be able to be a little healthy and not die at 60.
What is that? That's like it shoots air down your throat while you're sleeping. I never really
It basically
understand
shoots
what
air.
it is.
Yeah, so it shoots air. Well, the mask I have shoots it through your nostrils and then down your throat. Because what you're doing is your throat closes up while you're sleeping. And when they did my test, it was, I think I stopped breathing like 30 times an hour.
Do people actually die from that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good for heart health and other
No,
stuff.
it gives
it's
you,
really
like,
not-
People
not a
actually
good thing.
do die in their sleep because of that.
It's very rare that they die in their sleep. What happens
Thanks,
is
Mitch.
it gives them, what did I have? AFib.
Yeah,
So it's a life-threatening thing.
Yeah, it causes other issues. So, I mean, if you have like heart issues or I don't even know, but it can like worsen them, and you can die from those things, not necessarily from.
Well, actually, I had a friend that died. She was waiting for a machine.
Damn.
She was waiting for a machine. They ordered it. She was waiting. It was supposed to be in 3 or 4 days, and she died while waiting for it. She stopped totally breathing and never came out of it.
Wow.
But see, the problem is my body, I stop breathing and it wakes me up. So, like, every day, I wake up at a retarded time. Like, I'm up ready to go out, enjoy the day at 4:30 in the morning. Every day, no matter if it's a Sunday or a Monday or whatever. Which I'm fine with, because at the age 50, man, you want to be up as much as you can.
No, you want to sleep.
No, fuck that sleep shit. I can't stand it.
I'm agreeing with her.
That's for teenagers, man.
Yeah,
That's
man,
Teenagers
right?
sleep until
Thank
noon.
you.
Yeah.
I'm not saying till noon, but 4 o'clock in the morning.
You know what? Listen, I want to go to the gym, but I can't go past or before 9 a.m.
So go out and chop wood or some man shit like that.
I want to go to the gym, but I don't want to go after work. Well, what the fuck?
You wake up before, then you got to go to bed early, though, too.
No, I go to bed at 9:30, 10, 11 sometimes. Like tonight, I'll be up till 11.
So you're good with 5-6 hours?
Yeah.
I'm good on 4 hours.
Are you really?
I do, yeah. Had a lot of practice.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
I like a
stay
nice
up for 3
8
days.
hours sleep.
Yeah, they say get your 8 hours, but you really don't need 8.
I need 8.
Okay, I stand corrected.
No, you don't. Don't listen to her. You know what I mean?
I like 8.
People always say they need 8 unless it's something they really, really want to do.
Well,
You know, like, right or wrong?
No, I still don't want to get up. I mean, I
If
have
said,
to.
if I
but-
said I got $2,000, we're going to the casino in 2 hours. All right, I guess.
No, I'd probably.
I'll be like real quick then.
I'd probably say, can we just go in the morning? I probably would.
I think as you get older, you enjoy sleep more. I remember
No.
when I was a kid, I didn't even care about sleep. You know, now it's like,
Get up
I
at
got to
4
take a nap in the afternoon.
Well, that's what,
You're in
that's
What happens
kindergarten.
when you
Like,
start getting old?
and they're justified, the naps that you're up at 4:30. You know what I mean? Like, you get up, you have your breakfast or whatever you got to do. You watch your fucking news, whatever news side of the news you're on, and then go do your thing.
That's just too early.
I love waking up dark. I love it
I'm
dark.
just usually going to bed at 4:30.
I should live in Alaska, where it's 6 months dark.
I mean, if you get
There you
money,
go.
you could go hang out with the old timers at Dunkin' Donuts for like
I'm
3
gonna.
hours.
Trust me. Watch. It's gonna have some wisdom. Trust me. That's gonna be where all my bits come from. The old people.
Yeah.
You can be a mall walker.
They don't have no more malls.
no. The
Go to
white
Milford
sneakers.
Mall.
A mall walker? I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
You ever been to the mall at fucking 5 in the morning?
No.
There's
All the
old people walking.
like getting their exercise in before the stores open.
Yep.
Before the teenagers start rioting.
It's a great
Yeah.
place
I'm sure
to
you
go.
get some good material
Truth
out
told,
of
it's a
that.
smart place to go for a walk if you don't want to
Yeah.
be bothered by the elements, but you want to get some good laps and like a decent distance. The mall
And
is a great place
only
for that.
only Dunkin' Donuts is open.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm sure you get some good material
Oh, I'm gonna.
mall walking.
It's got to be good material.
It's the perfect place to drink it all in.
I didn't even know there was malls anymore.
Norwalk just
A
opened
few.
one. White Plains has a huge one.
Milford, Trumbull.
Danbury.
Trumbull has an aquarium now.
Waterford too.
And a Wahlburgers.
Yeah.
Meriden.
Yeah.
That place doesn't do too good a business.
What's that?
Wahlburgers.
Really?
I mean, it's enough to stay
I'm
alive,
actually-
but
I've never been there yet. I'm going there tomorrow with my girlfriend.
The
Oh, yeah?
location,
Nice.
I feel like the location is bad.
The problem is there's
it's
six,
next to Cheesecake Factory.
right, and there's 6 things on the menu.
Yeah.
There's
There's
not enough.
more than 6 things.
There isn't.
No,
You know what? That place. You know the reason why they're still in business is because so many people are the I want to go there one time people.
Yeah.
And there's
enough
a
to
million
keep-
people in that area, so
Enough to keep that open forever.
Yeah.
The problem is, it's $8 for a burger, $6 for a fry, $5 for
It's
a
called
soda,
Five Guys.
and nothing.
Yeah, really.
Nothing's included. Like it's all separate.
So
I never heard of an
I call that a la carte.
Yeah, like
Expensive.
burger place. I've never heard of that until you go there.
It keeps the black people up. All
And-
the broke people.
And their burgers are actually not even that big.
We have this restaurant open for profiling purposes.
Exactly. It's from Boston, man.
Thin out the crowd.
Yeah.
No,
What's a la carte?
They keep it expensive for a reason.
I
Not
feel
for
like
not for certain races. They just keep it expensive for a reason.
at least Five Guys, their burgers are bigger, and they give you like a bag full of fries when you get a small fry.
Yeah, it's a waste though.
It's not a waste. You can
it's a
order
waste.
a small fry and share it
It's
with
like going
four
in our
people.
delis.
You only have to get
I don't
one
need
fry.
3 pounds of meat on a sandwich.
No, you're just weird.
It just slides out the back anyways.
I'm gonna agree with
I would
him.
just have a salad.
Peter's like, what the fuck is this? I got enough meat in my pants. I don't need this shit.
Dude, the original Nardelli's was in Naugatuck. That's where I grew up.
Yeah.
It was there. We used to fucking as kids. We're middle-aged, low-income. Our parents worked at Risden type shit. So we would go to Nardelli's and buy one fucking sandwich, and 5 of us would go buy loaves of bread, and we would make fucking 5 full grinders out of one Nardelli's grinder. Swear to God, I don't think that all that meat and all that fucking. When you say a little mayonnaise, they put a half a jar, dude, and they do it with a spatula. Like they don't even do it normally; they do it with a spatula.
Write that down. Write that down. That's funny. That is actually funny.
But they do. They do it with a spatula, or they spray it on, and fucking like, and then you bite it, and it's like, yeah, everything slides out.
right out.
It's like a cannoli.
And then the shredded lettuce, my God.
And you spend $13 on the motherfucker. You want it to slide? Do you really want it to slide?
No, you want that to be dry.
I want to say I don't want to have to cup the sandwich like I'm blowing somebody. I want to be able to eat the sandwich, and I don't mind a little vinegar or whatever dripping down the hand, or onions, an occasional onion or olive popping out. But when it squirts like a fucking a porn star, you don't want.
Right. Well, next time you go to say, don't put so much shit on my sandwich.
But they do, and they tell you they can't not do it.
Really?
Yes, they're like, no, we can't. We have to.
But why?
Because they have to. Like when I was going to Brugger's for bagels, I'm like, can you just put a little skim cut? No, we have to put a scoop. Well, then give me the scoop in my hand, and then I'll put it.
Yeah.
I'll.
It's amazing because it'd be like a cost saving thing for them.
Right, that's
Put it
kinda
just
weird.
a little bit. Like, no, you're getting the bulk.
No, but the reason why they do is because they're afraid you're going to go out and give it a review and say, well, there wasn't enough cream cheese.
That's probably it. Yeah, you make a good point. There's
Well,
probably
you're-
somebody who would say, "Oh, can I just have a little bit?" And then they take a picture of it and go, "Oh, this motherfucker only put a tiny little dab on there." Blah blah blah. Like a competitor's.
Yeah, they're
employee
worrying
or
about a
something.
bad review on Yelp
Yeah.
because you didn't get enough mail.
Yeah.
And I start to question myself, like my speech or whatever. Before I stopped eating this shit. My last 2 bagels, as a matter of fact, I wanted to go out with a bang. 2 bagels.
2 bagels. No waiting.
So I go, can I get 2 garlic bagels with the chive, onion, whatever, blah blah blah. Toasted? No. All right. So I'm like, this never takes this long. So then I turn around and I hear beep. What? I said, I didn't want them toasted. She goes, oh. Like, you didn't hear me? Like, you didn't hear me. I said, maybe. Then I start to question myself. Is this something I'm saying,
Do I
right?
speak with an accent?
Because people will get in the car when I'm Ubering, and people will get in the car and they're like, and I'll be like, they'll be like, hi, and I'll be like, hi, how are you? And then they don't say nothing. I'm like, did they not hear me? Is it me, or are they not hearing me, or are they just fucking rude?
I have a bagel story I have to share.
Good. Today was bagel day, by the way.
Exactly. On my way here, I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts for a bagel.
Yeah.
Got it, and as I was eating it, I heard on the radio, today is National Bagel Day.
Yeah.
As I was eating the bagel, I got it from Dunkin' Donuts.
Did they give it to you
I had to
free?
share that. No, I think they
should've went to
charged me like
Brugger's,
$4 for that and a coffee. But
No, you
it was
should've
just
went to-
weird that I was actually eating a bagel, listening to AM radio, which I normally never do.
You listen
And
to
I
Rush?
heard it's
Rush Limbaugh?
National Bagel Day.
Rush Limbaugh?
I just heard today's National Bagel Day as I was eating a bagel.
You should have went to Brugger's. They were free today.
Really? I
You
had
had
no
to
idea
buy
that
one,
was
though.
even a holiday.
Huh?
You had to buy one, get one free.
No, it was on the poster. It said free bagel.
Yeah.
With a
there
coffee
was-
purchase.
Oh,
whatever.
some kind of purchase.
Yeah, usually, but that's still.
Please.
Damn.
You're
I wish I knew
$2.22.
about that. I didn't know about that.
It's just a weird coincidence. I'm eating a bagel and I hear on the radio it's National Bagel Day as I'm eating it.
For two
Okay,
bagels
cool. I
and a-
celebrated. I didn't even know it was a holiday.
You gotta play the lottery now, man.
Yeah, as I'm saying.
2 bagels and a coffee at Brugger's is $8.88.
You're lying.
When is National Hooker
worth
Day?
Ooh.
Tomorrow.
I know, sign me up for that, though.
With the
Tomorrow.
purchase of a small coffee.
Is that actually a
one free.
holiday?
Probably.
All right, so tomorrow, I don't know if it's going to be Facebook Live. So tomorrow, 5 to 10 minutes, I think. I don't know, 5 minutes? Depends how many people
Probably give
show
you
up.
a fiver, yeah.
And Tony's hunting in, and then Sunday, opening up for Heather Joseph.
Oh, nice.
You are?
Mm-hmm.
Heather's awesome.
Yeah.
I've played with her.
That's awesome.
She's
Where is that?
incredible.
Wait. Her husband's listening, so what? You play with? Yeah, Heather and Steve do an open mic at reruns.
Oh, right up the
Really?
right up the street here.
Yeah.
You're going to be there on Sunday?
Yeah.
This
It's
Sunday?
every Sunday?
What time?
Yeah, they do every Sunday.
Nice.
What time?
I'll be on at 7:30, I think.
7:30. All right, cool.
Yeah,
I will
I'll
shoot
show
up for
for
that.
that. Sure.
Definitely. I'll be out of work.
You know what reruns
around
is, right?
6. Yeah.
The old Mayhems, right?
Right across from
I'll
the
probably show up in my,
Valero.
I'll probably show up in my Domino's clothes, but whatever.
I don't care.
'Cause I'll be like right out of work. I'll just shoot.
20 minutes, dude. That's a long time.
You got this.
It's my first, it'll be my second time. 20 minutes? You
I
don't
mean-
understand what 20 minutes is
Oh, we know
when it
20
comes to
minutes.
stand up?
Yeah, but you don't shut
I give
up.
you
so-
credit.
That's true.
I teach high school, man, for 20 years, man. So I noticed.
You're
like,
gonna
to
be. You're gonna
She's
be
a teacher,
awkward
too.
in front of people for that long.
You're gonna get your 5 at the first open mic and be like, "What the fuck, motherfucker? I ain't done yet."
I'm not going to have
talking.
enough time tomorrow.
Yeah,
That's the problem. I got so much material
I
in my head.
believe it, man. It's gonna be funny as shit. Please, somebody record that because I won't be able to be there. 'cause
And I
open
tried to
mic.
do it in front of my wife, and she never, like, she's the worst chair group I have.
It is tough, though. It's tough performing for one person.
I hear it all the time.
Yeah, you can't tell me the same joke 20 times and expect me to laugh.
I'm not going
20
to tell
times.
jokes. I'm going to do stand up.
But you
There's a difference.
But you can't say the same like
You just don't appreciate.
funny verse that many times and expect me to laugh every time.
It's a hard thing to have to do.
He's like a fine wine.
Ricky's
hard
like, "How many
thing
times am I
after-
supposed to laugh about jokes about me?"
Oh, I got a whole day of us.
Aw.
Okay. But I try shit out all the time, and she's like, "All right, bitch, wait. When I get that first check,
I could never do that. I give you credit,
What,
man.
stand up?
Just have the balls to get up there and hope you don't fall flat on your face. But if you do,
I hope
right,
I
it's like-
do.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I hope
Yeah.
I do.
You know it's funny. Whether or not anyone else is going to think it's funny. Oh, well.
You basically got to be a fucking total idiot, and then just tell everybody your life,
Right.
and they'll laugh. They'll laugh.
Right. Most comics are very disturbed.
Yeah, if you say if you open up with something really funny, the rest of the night don't matter, because they're just gonna laugh. That I've noticed from watching. I've noticed if they don't start off like strong, then the rest of the night is shot.
Yep.
Like
It's hard to.
It's tough.
you could like say something like Dave Chappelle-ish, and the rest of the day you could be like, well, bleach is only $1.39 a gallon.
He's right.
He said, listen to the way he said that. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's true though. If you don't kill in the beginning, like I was watching Chappelle yesterday, and I think Ricky was cringing because he was like, he was doing the one where he said Michael Jackson, with the 15-year-olds. He goes, "Is 15 years old really a bad age?" Like he was.
R. Kelly.
Oh, R. Kelly. It's like 15. They should know better. At 15, if you don't know that you're getting peed on, that's your fault.
Right. He had a jug of urine. He sprayed everybody and said R. Kelly on it. That's hilarious.
Like he
How
got
about
really.
that guy, huh? What a scumbag.
Yeah. He's gonna make the Record Hall of Fame. Huh?
No, he'd make the
This is my
scumbag.
life.
They should start the Scumbag Hall of Fame.
That would be 3/4 of music.
And Hollywood.
Right.
And Hollywood.
True.
Could you imagine if Gwyneth Paltrow sells this candle and you bought one and you walk by people? Or someone sees it in your house?
It's pretty creepy.
That just pretty much tells everybody you're a fucking freak.
It's
Right, I
gonna
want to
sell.
buy it. I want to buy it now just to see what it is.
That's exactly why
I'm
it's going to
intrigued.
sell. Is
Jamming a cucumber in your ass as a man is less creepier than buying a Gwyneth Paltrow candle.
Nope,
Her
everybody's
daughter-
the curiosity is going to get everybody.
Her daughter's name
Exactly.
is Apple.
I want to buy
True,
it just
daughter.
to see if it actually really is that.
Ridiculous.
I
How do you scent it? What is your
That's
scent?
what I was just going to ask you. How the hell do you make a vagina scented candle? What's the process?
You have
for
to
that?
give like chemicals out of your body. Like
I
you
guess.
squirt it.
Cotton swab. It's a quick.
It's like a scratch and sniff book.
I don't even want to think about that. It's just
Imagine being the guy who makes those candles and has to like
Like a panel of
like,
testers.
you know,
you know,
synthesize
like-
the
Right.
scent. It's
Who's
like,
the guy
yeah,
who
could you
makes
just-
that? And
Yeah, you
invents
gotta be
that?
the scent tester.
The quality
Yes,
control.
wait.
Like, oh,
Fuck.
Okay.
No. Too alkalytic. Move it along.
Yeah, who's the guy who actually invents it? And how do they do
The
it?
scientists, because scientists have no sense of humor. You can do whatever you want.
Why
Like
does
you
it
can
smell
send
like
them,
sandalwood?
you can send them poop in a box and they don't laugh. People like us, we get poop in a box and we're like,
this is the greatest thing ever.
good point.
you know what I mean? Like scientists don't laugh. So she probably just like wiped herself from back to front and then chipped it, and then like so he got every smell, back to front, poop to pee.
He's like, "Yep, we'll get this done for you."
Yeah, we got this. We got you. It was a black scientist. So we got you.
You sit tight now.
Yeah, you sit tight. Yeah, we'll send them. We'll send you samples. We'll send you samples
pick your
and
favorite.
yeah. So oh yeah, this one's a little dark. Can you go a little light on the bagel smell? And this
That's
one,
weird.
This one has too much of a hint of yellow. We need to like back this up a little bit.
Right, so you work in that factory that makes a candle, and you show up work and say, "Today you're going to make one that smells like a vagina." How do you go about doing that?
Well, isn't her
What are the
ex-husband
ingredients?
Chris Martin seeing Jennifer Lawrence still?
What?
Her ex-husband Chris Martin is seeing Jennifer Lawrence, so that's probably why she made the candles, because she wants to, entice her youth or something.
Does Jennifer Lawrence have a candle?
No.
Wow.
Are there any other vagina scented candles? Just her? Or is that
You know,
like
there
a
was a
normal
place
thing?
in New York that had like.
I'm curious.
No, they had that kind of stuff. They had like
Tuna
freshly.
cans.
So
no,
it's
no,
not
no,
just
they had
her.
like
There's
freshly
other-
mown lawns and like funeral parlor scent.
I've
There was a
heard of the
place on
funeral
Second
parlor
Avenue.
one.
Yeah, no. They
So
had
you
that.
can buy multiple
Yeah,
vagina scented candles
no,
from
not
other
mul-
people and just not her?
No, just hers, but like her ex is going younger and younger, so maybe she's trying to get someone to,
Like it's advertising.
yeah, trying to get her to say that she's still young and fresh.
Puss parade.
Yeah.
I'm gonna market that.
Okay. I don't think she needs
I don't
the
think
money.
it's gonna work.
I know.
I highly doubt she needs the money.
She did. It did work. She sold out. Like, where do you get that though? You can't go to Yankee Candle in the mall.
Pretty sure she
Let's
was
all go and ask when
Like
we're mall
Gwyneth's
walking.
puss? What do you call it?
I mean, she did make a product. I forget what it was, and they went and they took it off the market because it just flopped. Do you guys know what that was? She made some kind
Her
of
career?
product. Well, besides her career, but she made some kind of product that she said would rejuvenate you and something, and it flopped big time. And they had to take it off the market and everything.
False advertising.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
I do
really.
remember what you're talking about. I can't remember the name of it, but I remember seeing the commercial with her.
Yeah, I mean,
It's not like she needs the money that she needs to make a vagina scented candle. Come on. I'm sure she's a millionaire already.
Well, they did say that all the Yankee candles that are going to sell that product are going to change their name to Yankee Diddles.
You like popsicles?
Nice. Okay. Thank you. Kinda
Wait, hold
weird.
on, Dave.
But I can't wash myself.
God damn it!
I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
that's
home.
just a weird marketing. Like,
I'm going home to order one.
is there a
I have to.
boardroom where people are just sitting around going, "Yeah, let me do this"?
Well, you're absolutely
So I'm
right.
saying, who does
They
that?
made this, and then it had to go to a panel of people.
Right.
That approved it.
Did they do like a what do they call it? A
Focus group.
focus
Yeah.
group. Did they do one of those?
Yeah.
Did they bring samples?
See, I like this one because, or like this didn't do this for me because.
So her,
or somebody could say it doesn't smell enough like her vagina. You need to add a little more.
So her and Fabletics got together and they gave her 8 pairs of
fucking
pants.
Weird.
And gave her 8 days to wear them, and each day has a different
right.
smell.
How did they actually?
That's the
make
one.
that?
That's the one. Leather sneakers and fucking palm olive.
Right. How long did it take them to come up with that exact scent?
Number 67J is a go.
And is it one of those?
Let's change the conversation.
Is it
That's
one of
just
those
okay.
bad candles that doesn't smell all the way to the bottom?
No, I'm going home and buying one.
You know what I mean?
that.
Like,
I
is the
had no
smell
idea.
goes from the top to the bottom?
Well, I know what you mean. I mean, it already smells like the bottom of something, so I imagine.
How do you know when it's finished?
I'm going home and buying one. That's for sure. I'm intrigued.
The candle starts smelling like a fresh and then works its way to be.
Is that Abu? No, it's Joe.
I'm signing up. Well, it
Other
starts
though.
smelling fresh, and then every day it's just more unwashed, unkempt as it goes down.
Hey there.
Hey, you're becoming a regular.
Joe, on the scene.
What's up?
Did you cut your hair?
Yeah, I got a haircut today.
That's nice.
Smooth.
You're the new boo tonight.
A little smooth. Would you
I
got
noticed.
new boo?
I noticed.
You're
in
the boo
in the
tonight.
absence of Boo, he's wearing a shirt tonight, and this one doesn't have a cock on it.
Yeah, no cock on it tonight.
Planned ahead.
Why are you always laying down?
What are you guys up to?
I feel like an 80s video right
Yeah,
now. What are you up to? We got a band and we're just getting ready to take a little break and go Facebook Live if you want to hang out.
I'm here to hang. It's good because I could put my phone on the charger because I was just.
All right, we'll be back in like 4 minutes. The JSB Band is here.
Cool.
And
All right, well, I'm gonna put my phone down, so I'm gonna let it charge up. So
all
I'll see
right,
you guys.
Facebook Live, share it, everybody. We'll be back in about 4 or 5 minutes.
Take 4, everybody.
Yes, sir.
She's a maniac, maniac, I sure
빌보드라니.
방탄소년단이 소셜 아티스트 부문을 수상한 후 해외 투어 일정을 진행했습니다.
Won't you please forgive me? I would have never tried to hurt you. I just needed someone to hold me, to fill the void while you were gone, to fill the space of emptiness. I'm human, of flesh and blood. I'm made human, born to make mistakes.
Yeah, here we go. You got to talk so Facebook doesn't shut you down. Music playing. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's see if we're live.
Big things happening in the flesh.
Big things happening.
Yeah. Full studio tonight?
It's not in my pants.
Yeah.
Studio.
Blah, 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 blah.
Sounds good.
Bring it back. Bring it back.
Sounds like a vampire. Blah, blah.
Come on.
Big things
Right.
Next to
We heard
Caribbean
Kendall.
Queen.
We heard K Weezy. Big things happening. Come on. Mute the motherfucker. All right. What's up, Adam? Look at that. John, what's up? You didn't miss us. You missed the first hour. You can always catch the podcast tomorrow. Where's Boo? Boo's got a family emergency tonight. Wow, everybody's commenting quickly. All right, thanks for tuning in. We got the JBS Band in here tonight.
What's up?
We got to introduce them guys. Joe's over here to our right, over here in the corner.
What's up? What's up? Hey, look at
There
my
he is. There he is. There he is.
What's going on tonight, guys?
Joe, before we start with the band, I want to get your. You guys, this is Joe. Joe.
How you doing, Joe? I'm Joe.
Hi, Joe.
I'm Chris Mitchell.
What's up, guys?
So they're a band, Joe, but Joe's also a producer and DJ for the crowds that do ecstasy and dance for 3 days straight.
Glow stick time.
With glow sticks in Hartford, in the middle of Hartford.
I love those people, man.
That's
That's
Joe.
That's a great crowd to be in front of.
EDM.
He calls it EDM. My old ass calls it house or techno. So.
I had no idea.
Same shit these days.
Oh yeah, they shit these days. Joe used to do the Thanksgiving night before Thanksgiving at Vossi's, which is now defunct.
Oh man, yeah,
no more Vossi's, man. What are you gonna do this year?
Heartbreaker. So I found out Vossi actually texted me and let me know that he was like, listen, he's like, I just want to thank you for all the years of support. And with you and Randy coming in and doing everything, he's like, but I'm shutting the doors. I guess the last meal was December 29th.
That's fucked up too, because they were saying that the two restaurants that Ramsey visited went out of business.
So the other one, I guess, was in Seymour.
Yeah, we used to do that. We used to do that with PLR.
Yeah, I read that in the Connecticut Post. Listen, there's a Gordon Ramsay curse. So if he comes to your restaurant, man, I think 60 to 75% of those actual restaurants end up failing.
Yeah. Same deal with the bar rescue thing.
Yeah, it's
John
sad.
Trafford.
I mean, listen, Vossi's was like a place for, dude, you know what, man? For the last 17 years, that was a great place to go, man.
Well, you know what it is? Because he brings into light all the shit they've been doing wrong, so people stop wanting to go there. Because it's like, oh shit, I saw them on TV and they were like fucking shit up. It wasn't until he came in that they got it right.
That's 100% true. And
right,
the other problem that I see what happens with all the people that go on that show is what they do is he'll change the menu, and then all of a sudden the regulars will come in and be like, "Oh, this fucking new menu sucks. Bring back the old."
Yeah, you can't do fancy food in Connecticut, man.
Yeah, but then what they'll do is they'll just detract themselves from what he actually grounded them on, and then they go back to their old scenario, and then they end up failing. So
You can't change your ethic.
You're right.
Guy's there for a reason. You're obviously losing money. Your food sucks, or you don't have a lot of customers, or you're not owning the business.
Yeah, but you know what though, dude? The guy fucking comes in, he fucking remodels. Even the bar rescue guy, he comes in, spends all this money and remodels. And if you just keep that what he did going for a year, because people are going to be like the whole Wahlburgers thing.
Like this place was on TV.
Yeah, I want to go see this place on TV. You know what I mean? Like if you just keep it going for a year, like even the worst bars like Cook's and Naugatuck's still open.
No, but the best places, I mean, think of West Haven. You got Stowe's, you got Zoo Parties. Like those places look like they came out of like 1972.
Have you been to
right?
Sally's?
I'm a Zoo Parties guy.
Okay.
And
they don't have to remodel because their brand is good.
It's orange Formica and wood panels.
Sally's is worse.
But I love Sally's. Sally's is the bomb.
I didn't say the pizza was right. I said the building.
But that's what
Bring
makes
on the
it so
creosote.
good,
The
though.
creosote.
To sit in Sally's and just sit there or stand in line for God knows how long.
Sally's is horrible. You know what? Sally's pizza is amazing, but you gotta fucking wait and wait.
But that's
Joe, the last time we ordered Sally's, we ordered it at 2 PM and it was ready at 7.
Oh my god.
For takeout.
For takeout. For takeout, dude.
Fucking bullshit.
Give me a Stouffer's.
Yeah, but Joe, I don't know if you're young enough or old enough to remember, Dominic and Vinny's used to be the same way. You would have to call on well, they weren't open Monday, Tuesday, but if you wanted a pie on Wednesday, you'd have to order it Sunday.
Yeah, so the thing is I used to go to the original Dominic and Vinny's in Waterbury when
Wilkie Road.
I'm 32. The first time I ever had a slice of Dominic and Vinny's pizza when I was 4 years old. So I remember it.
Wilkie Road.
On Wilkie Road
Yeah.
with that Saint, and when I order it now, I never get it from, and I live in Middlebury. I never get it from Middlebury. I never get it from Southbury. I always get it from Waterbury because that oven is still seasoned the way that it was back in the day.
Yeah, so where was I going to go with this? All right, so we got a bunch of things. We got the band here tonight, and we also have a short. Joe, can you hear the music in the background or no? Wait, it's not playing yet. Hang on. So I want to make sure you'll be able to hear a fart or shark.
Yeah, I want to hear. I was going to ask you about fart or shark.
All right, so I got to share my screen. You're not going to
What are
see
you
everybody
looking at?
because Skype don't let me share the sound unless I share the screen. So all you're going to see is that.
Desktop.
That's all right.
All right, so
do I look okay?
Yeah, you look fine. That's amazing. All right, so let's get right into fart or shark. There's only 3 of them this week. So what we do, guys, is we do a little segment called fart or shark. You have to guess if it's a fart or if it's a shark.
Don't worry, the points don't matter.
No, nobody wins this. Nobody wins this at all.
Okay.
So,
well, the audience wins because they get to hear the madness.
I like this.
Here we go. So we shut the music down for this one. And
when the drums of this song started, I thought it was going to.
Joe, let me know if you can hear this right here.
Not for you, silly.
You heard that?
Nope.
All right, hang on. That's why I figured I'd check it first.
Oh, we got two Joes.
On the screen up here at the telecommuting.
Why can't I do the sound?
We'll have
Oh,
to-
there it is. There it is. There it is. Stay computer sound. Start sharing. Let me know if you hear this.
Not for you, silly.
I heard that.
All right, so here we go.
Fart or shark?
Fart or shark? So this is the first one, Joe. You got to figure it out. Is it a fart or a shark? Here's number one. If you need to hear it again, don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah, I want to hear it just one more time.
Phone a
All
friend.
right, fart or shark? Yeah, you can phone a friend if you want.
No, it's a shark.
Oh, yeah.
All right, wait, we'll get to
They
you.
shit themselves.
What do you think, Ricky?
I think it's a fart.
What do you think?
I think it's a shark. It sounds like somebody shit themselves to me.
All right, what do you think,
Art.
Joe?
Wait, did you say art?
Yeah, that's a she.
Fart.
She has a disease. She can't say the first word, the first letter of the word.
The art of farting.
I think I'm going to agree. I think Joe said it's a fart. I agree. It's a fart.
I think it's a fart as well. There's an upward inflection at the end. I think
You guys need to hear it again?
No, there's a clear clapping kind of sound of the.
Yeah, okay. Rebecca?
Fart.
Fart.
You didn't let me do.
All right, and Dan.
I was.
You didn't let me go. I didn't get to finish it.
Well, it sounded like you were confirming.
No.
No. I think it was a fart, but I definitely it sounded like it was working its way past a solid. Like that was a pre-shit fart.
Okay, and Joe, you said a fart, right?
No, I said it was a shark.
Oh, he did.
Shark. Okay.
Yeah, I said shark too.
So that was a shark.
Nice.
Not a major
I told
shark.
you.
Not a major shark.
Right.
A shark where I caught it. So I felt the corn coming out, and I grabbed it midstream.
So that was actually you, for
These
sure.
are all me.
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't
Yeah,
know how
yeah.
you
These
knew.
are all
It was one of those. It was
No one,
shark or a fart.
no one wants to send me any, so these are all mine.
It's okay. I don't.
Ricky said the same thing. Like, how do I know they're coming?
Who
You
thinks
know
about
they're
it?
coming.
No, who thinks about it in time? Oh, let me grab my phone
Not many people.
and find my
hilarious.
voice recorder.
I just called Joe
was my
Danson on the
first
replay.
That was
Joe got it right. All right, here's number two.
an eye widener.
All right, let's go to number two. All right, number two, and you need to hear it again, Joe?
That's definitely a fart.
Oh, you heard it then?
Oh, yeah, I heard it.
Anybody else need to hear it again?
I want to hear
Yeah,
it
go
again.
one more time. Yeah.
You want to hear it again?
Just
Yeah, because I
don't know yet. Yeah, one more time.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm good.
Kendall's priceless with his laughs.
I'm good. I'm gonna go with fart.
Fart? All right, Ricky.
Yeah.
I thought it sounded a little shardy-ish.
Shardy.
I'm going to go with fart
that a real
again.
It is now.
I'm going to go with art again.
Yeah. You got that disease too? You can't say the first letter?
Hey, Pete, put me down for a fart, dude.
All right, Rick, Kendall?
I'm bummed with the last one. I thought I really had it, but I'm gonna go fart with this one.
I like the commentary. Sorry, I figured it sounded a little dry.
It's about the analysis.
Know your butthole is the other tagline to this.
Fiber, Metamucil in your diet.
Remember to some crackers. Rebecca?
Put me down for a fart.
Dang.
I'm gonna go with fart on that one.
We should do prizes though. We should get like sponsors.
We all should get penis dolls.
Yeah, you're gonna. Yeah, you gotta wait for 3 months.
Yeah.
So you said fart.
Yes, I did.
All right. So that was post or how do you say it? Post diet. So it was very dry.
Fart.
A lot of protein.
All right.
That was a win.
Hasn't been much leakage. So I don't know if fart or shark's is gonna stay, solid.
Well, you're eating better.
And John says we have a new verb called shardy-ish.
You gotta take some. You gotta take some Metamucil.
No, the thing is I'm not leaking no more, Joe. Because I'm
Call
eating
the
right.
dictionary. What is it? Webster's dictionary. Call them and say we got a word. Call.
Urban Dictionary.
Shardy-ish sounds like an oil baron from the Middle East.
The last one.
Good
Ready?
name for a band.
Bin Shardy.
You guys aren't listening to the background noise, like the music.
I was
or
trying to
the...
like see if the background noise was the hint. Like, what's the tell on the fart?
See, someone finally caught on.
Thinking.
All right, here we go. Third one.
Oh, that's easy.
That was a fart.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
One more time.
It had two different pitches to it.
I think you bumped into the record player.
Did you ever play Super Mario World on the Super Nintendo?
That was two different pitches.
When he jumps on Yoshi's back, that's exactly what it sounded like. Play it again. Play it again.
Yeah, you got to put it.
Yeah, we gotta do some animation here.
There's two different pitches.
Right? When Yoshi comes on the egg.
I didn't even think a person could make that noise.
Right, it was actually two different pitches.
I think you farted so loud that your zipper on fucking.
I was wearing sweatpants. Yeah, that one is a good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
That was today.
That's amazing.
That was like,
It's just two different pitches.
If there's like a record scratch, you can't push it.
DJ.
Yeah, that's like a rip. Started scratching, Joe.
It's like a scratch. Watch.
All right, Ricky.
Fart.
Fart.
It's a fart. It's a fart.
That was like a two-tone DJ Babu.
DJ Red Alert.
Fart or shark, Joe? Come on.
I'm going fart.
I'm going fart all the way.
Fart.
Yes, I fart.
Joe said fart. Yeah, that was a fart because I ran out of material, so that was a quick one. But that was post diet, so there's no more leakage. So we got to find. If you got farts, send them in. PPRN Radio.
Spend more time with my granddaughter.
Yeah, we need baby farts. PPRNradio@gmail.com. PPRNradio@gmail.com.
We want your farts.
Fart or shark, right? You can
Fart
only
or
do
shark.
that so many times, right?
the
You
winner?
need volunteers for this.
Huh?
You need volunteers for the fart or shark.
Yeah, send them in. We'll send
I
you
got
Dunkin'
3 out of
Donuts.
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll send you a Dunkin' Donuts
I
card.
got you, man.
All right, cool. Yeah. Well, my Dunkin' Donuts.
All right, just Starbucks? I don't know.
We need something to
No,
fuel.
not
Yeah,
Starbucks.
get like Chipotle cards or something. Or like,
Oh, Taco Bell.
Taco Bell.
Taco Bell gift cards. Taco Bell gift cards.
Yeah.
So you
More
can
bang
act-
for your buck.
Right.
Or you could give him toilet paper.
Nice. I'll take that.
Charmin Ultra, baby.
We use
That would
wipes.
ruin the bit, though. You know?
We use wipes, Rebecca. What's wrong with you?
That was fun.
Thank you. Last week we had 9 of them.
Nice.
A week's supply of Beano.
Very creative.
Yeah,
Like
thank you.
I got to so during the week, like when I'm like ready to like roast one, I just got to like make sure I take out my phone and record it so I can send it over to you.
You always have your phone on you.
Yeah, but who
I
thinks?
hope,
Who shits their pants that much?
Ricky had one that sounded like Chewbacca the other day when I couldn't capture it. Brrr. You know when girls laugh, they get that look on their face, they're like,
Yeah.
Oopsie.
oopsies. Like, babe, she's like, oh, how am I supposed to know? When you feel the bubble, you hold it. As you hold it, it builds up and makes a better sound. You gotta know when that bubble's coming, man, right?
Yeah, you gotta
Right,
study
Dave?
that shit.
Hold it.
You feel it in the
Strategy.
pipes.
Yeah, you do, right?
Yeah,
Or in the ovaries, whatever gender you are.
It doesn't come out the
Hey,
front,
you
man.
know what, dude? As long as you have a relationship where you can shit and fart in front of your girl, you're straight, dude.
Oh yeah, we don't even need a door unless people come over.
No, I know. Like,
We
listen,
shit
like,
right
if I
there.
can keep the door open, I know I can trust you.
Yeah, I'd leave it open for you guys.
What door openers in
I
the
did Monday.
tried
Ricky's
last
like,
night.
oh, there's people downstairs. I'm like, so.
Hey, listen, sometimes you sit down on the bowl and you forget that there's actually fucking no toilet paper there and the door's fucking closed. What are you going to do? At least if it's open, you can scream out in the hall, hey, can you break down the fucking roll of toilet paper?
SOS.
Have you ever done the mud on the hole walk when you ran out of paper? You had to walk across the hall.
Last week.
You gotta get up and go like this.
Yeah.
My asshole in the shower.
I actually went to a different toilet.
Hey, it's like you're like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle trying to get toilet paper.
That's when you rip a sleeve off your shirt and wipe your ass.
Oh, God.
Or use the cardboard cutout of the paper, the toilet paper.
Or just stick your ass in the shower, you know?
That's true, too.
There's every day you see me
It does
walking around with no
suck,
socks on, you'll know what happened.
Exactly. Right. You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you do what you gotta do. All right, so we have, what do you guys call yourself, JBS?
John Spignesi.
JSB.
So the guy whose name is the name of the band
He's
isn't here.
not even here because he's rehearsing with some people for another show. So we're here to represent him, our band.
All right, so obviously, how did the name start?
John Spignesi Band.
Yeah, how did it start, though? Was it John that made it up?
I
Or?
met John 5 years ago at an open mic
Okay.
that ran every Thursday in Branford, Connecticut, at a place called Donovan's Reef. And that was where I first met John. We started playing together. At that time, he was in another band, so I kind of thought that band was just going to be a temporary thing.
Obviously, how did the name start?
And John Spignesi Band.
That's his name, man.
Yeah,
how did it
just
start,
from his
though?
name.
Was it John that made it
Oh,
up? or-
yeah.
Sorry, I got the video. He's asking, he's answering what I started.
In Branford.
I muted it. I had to start a watch party, so. All right, so you played in Branford. What style of music is it?
Jam band.
Jam band. Like, what do you mean? What do you say?
Like the Dead.
Grateful
We
Dead,
just
yeah.
play.
There's a good jam
All the
band radio
songs
on
are
Sirius.
there and structured, but every night we can play them a different way.
Hey, Pete, I think it has stopped the sharing to Joe. I think.
Oh, you want me to stop sharing the Joe?
I think it's.
I'll stop sharing. Good call. Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
All right. That's a good boy. So the jam band, like, is it original songs or is it?
Yep.
Yeah, it's originals.
About 90% originals that John wrote.
And right now, John's doing what right now?
He's rehearsing with Mark Mercier from Max Creek. I don't know if you know Max Creek is.
Oh, yeah.
Great band.
Oh, yeah. I know Max Creek.
Yep.
I know Max
So-
Creek from back in the day. They're pretty
Yeah,
old.
they got a gig
Yeah, they've been
coming up,
around.
so he's practicing with them. So he sent Joe and myself to represent.
Nice.
All
Do
right.
we have tunes?
No,
to
we don't
play?
have their music. You guys have a website or something?
Yeah, jsbmusic.org, and all of our stuff is right there on archive.org. So
You're gonna play a
John's
snap?
hardcore, man. He just records everything. Even my audition back last winter, he posted that up, and every single rehearsal show just goes right up on archive.org. So
If he's
you know,
got,
it's like the
if
Grateful
he's got
Dead
stuff
tape
on
thing.
archive.org, that's a great website to find like older, obscure stuff. Like you can't find like some like
right.
good recordings
Yeah,
and
no
stuff.
doubt.
Like I've noticed like archive.org has got like stuff like you can go to like a hall somewhere in like Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania and find like a band that was in there and somebody recorded it and the thing is like in full quality and you can listen to it. So that's cool.
Yep, a lot of live
Yeah,
music.
it's a great site.
Yeah.
I just went to jsb.org. I got,
jsbmusic.org.
oh, that's why I'm getting something called Tangy.
We've
Get it right.
Download
we've
Tangy
recorded
today.
every single show that we've played is on archive.com from the day one. Like John does not miss recording a show.
Yep.
Dude, that's cool.
And if YouTube is easier, you can look up John Spignesi Band, and there's single songs and whole shows.
That's cool though to document everything. I think that's
Yeah,
it's a big
everything
deal.
has been
Love Archive.
documented since day
Archive.org is
one.
the best website in the world.
Yep. Everything's documented since day one.
So,
Neat.
when you guys, I always, like, it always fascinated me how music gets made. Like, I know you have the vocalist. He's always the last one, correct?
What do you mean, like in the studio? Like
Yeah, in the studio.
Studio recording? Well, I wasn't in the studio for
Our
the
first album.
I'll be on the next one, but yeah,
Our
go ahead.
first album, we did track by track, and then we realized that, I mean, it came out good, but the energy of what we create is while we're playing live. So on the second album, we just went into the studio and just recorded live.
Okay.
I agree. I think that's the best way. Like when I record,
Right.
if you
For
take
us-
the band live and then maybe a few
Yeah.
overdubs, maybe redo the vocals after a
Right,
scratch
we're a live
vocal.
band, so that's how we have to record, and it came
More
out
organic.
so much
Yeah,
better.
yeah, that's what it's about. I mean, that's jam band music too.
That's our
because,
energy.
I mean, the songs are. I mean, they're a basic rock structure, but then we'll finish making our statement there, and then John will call the jam, and we improvise as a band, and you'll hear all four guys really going through. And I don't know how we know how to do it, but it's like we hit the change at the same moment, change the vibe, change the groove, and it just happens.
So, like, I was going to, before I got, what's up, everybody on Facebook? I got distracted. So, when you write it, like, I don't think I've ever asked Dane, because Dane's in a band called the 34s.
Yeah.
So the first person that comes up with a song or the music is the rhythm, or definitely not the drums.
Well, for writing the music in the first
Writing
place,
a song.
like Spigs will be home or traveling or whatever, and he will get down with his, acoustic guitar, and he'll just put on like Facebook Messenger, and he'll like play the song to like a little private Facebook group that we have. He says, "Here, guys, check out this tune," and so it all pops up on our phones, like wherever the heck we are, and we hear the.
Yeah, but the lyrics don't come first, right?
No, he writes all the lyrics.
It's all together. Yeah.
He writes all the lyrics and the music, and then he'll send us a version of him playing.
So you guys do it backwards, because the bands I've known, they used to do like the rhythm would go first, and then it would go to the bass player, and then it would go to the.
It
Not
depends,
necessarily.
though, man.
I mean,
It's
like,
like,
I think when
if you have like a good groove going, like you can easily just like at the same time you're making a groove on something, you have somebody else sitting there like just going da 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 da, and then you just kind of jot everything down and just go with it.
Right. I mean, the last time you asked me that question, I know my answer pretty much stays constant, where it's there's no real right or wrong way. Like sometimes I'll have lyrics and I won't have any music to them for like a year, and then all of a sudden like something will pop in my head one day, like an idea for a tune, and I'll be like, what lyrics do I have that might fit this? And if nothing does, then I have to write something for that. Or I'll look back at the lyrics that I wrote a year ago, and I'll be like, oh shit, this will work with this. Other times, it's like, it all hits me at once. It's like lyrics and a tune just kind of pop in my head. I'm like, that'll work. And then you write it down, you play it, and you go. There's, you know what I mean? There's not like a...
If you overthink it or you try to do it only one way, you're going to get stuck and it's not going to happen.
Exactly.
So you got to be a little open to the
It's very
process.
Yeah, but is there like arguments to where you're like, I just wrote these words for like 3 fucking years, and that fucking riff is disgusting. Like you're coming in on I don't know music talk about. You're coming in on an A flat or a B fucking penis or whatever.
About writing a song.
I mean,
well, usually
like you get mad.
I have found, at least for the 34s, we don't necessarily write together as a band. Usually, it's one person comes in with an idea like on a guitar and says, "Hey, I hear it going like this, blah 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 blah," and then like you kind of sing to the rest of the band, and then they all, it's like, put their part to it. You know what I mean? It's not like I come in and go, all right, it goes exactly like this. The drums are going to play this, the bass is going to play that. Like, you're going to, you know what I mean? Or it's not like we're all in a room together going. And when it does happen that way, and when it does happen that way, it's usually by accident. Like one of us starts playing something, everybody else kind of jumps in, and then someone will just start chanting out words that like, and then we'll sit there and be like, that sounded pretty cool. Did we record that? Like, what did that sound like? And we like play it back and go, that was cool. Let's keep that, and then like embellish on it.
So when you do original music, like, is it hard in this state? Is it hard in this state to like keep people entertained? Like, there's no. For me, I notice this part of the state is more of a cover band, like the Scott Weavers and all that shit. Like, they get a lot of following.
The whole country's like that. I mean,
the whole country. But not necessarily, because if you go down to New Orleans, you got kids that are just out of middle school on the side of the road making music, and people are just like, they'd rather hear that than fucking. I don't know, anything like cover, like, but down there also cover is different too, because they
but they'll be playing a jazz cover that's
do a
100
jazz
years old
cover,
and
yes.
everybody knows it's
Yeah.
still kind of a cover, just a different culture.
I don't want to do any cover songs, but you pretty much have to do a few. That's what draws people in. Like, if you open up with a cover, they know.
Yeah.
Like I've told John many times, I don't want to play covers, but
you got to throw it in for the pussy value.
People want to be able to recognize one song they know.
Yeah, but if you have a sausage fest, people aren't going to come. Like, you're going to get, like, when I'm going to be doing an open mic tomorrow, it's just going to be fellow comedians. It's not going to be people that, unless, I mean, it's my first time, I might get some friends that'll come by.
No, you'll get the regulars down there. Come on.
I don't know if there's regulars there. That's the thing. It's the first night.
Yeah, there are.
So,
that's the beauty of playing with John Spignesi. He's fearless. He'll write a song and we'll play it, never even rehearse it, and then just play it that night. And then it evolves.
Chris wants to get some sneaker skates, Joe. You want to go roller skating?
Well, that's the cool thing about a jam band too, and like it's like
there's no
it's
rules.
literally
We have the
you're
freedom.
jamming.
Yeah, but is every song 30 minutes long?
Yes. 19.
Right. Some nights one song might go on for 5 minutes, and the next night it might go on for 30. It's just wherever it takes us.
Did you find something to play?
Yeah, give me a minute. We're talking. Jesus Christ.
My bad.
Also, the scene in the audience is different with jam bands. It's like, I was thinking about, we play breweries, right? And the audience at a brewery is trying new beers. They're like open-minded. They're coming out and like they want to hear original music. Whereas like a regular club or bar, like people are looking for like, they want to have their Bud Light. They want to hear their same stuff all over again.
Exactly.
But
Yeah, but it's jam bands, Bud Light people.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
so I mean, like
definitely
no
not.
no
Yeah.
offense to Bud Light people. God bless everybody and whatever beer, it's all good. But I think jam band, they're looking for observing what's going on the stage, and they can see the interaction. I think the bands that kind of like connect, the audience feels like they can connect too, and they like that vicarious.
Yeah, you have to choose your venue.
Yeah.
To kind of agree with what you're saying, because even us right now, we have a couple of gigs that we're lining up, and we're already planning our set list based on the room. Like, there's a couple of rooms where we're like, this is going to be a cover heavy show, because we know that this room is just going to want to hear shit they know.
Yep.
We're going to play a few of our songs kind of just for us and for our crowd who shows up, but the other stuff is going to just be for the casual listener. Whereas then there's other rooms where it's like, okay, this room we know they want original pieces. We'll play mostly original, and then maybe a cover or two, just again to stretch out a little bit, have some fun.
I don't know, Joe, if you're with me on this, I don't know if I could be in a band, because if I'm going to be in a band, first of all, I'm going to be single. And I'm doing it for the pussy, so I don't think original's going to get me the pussy.
I don't know. It's just...
I mean, everybody's original in the beginning, but I'm saying, like, these guys do it for the love of music. Fuck that. I'm doing it for... I have a huge ego. I need you to be there for me.
If you're good enough and you can still play the music, the pussy comes with the music. So that's how you got to kind of look at it.
Groupies will come.
If you're good with the music, the pussy will come along right along with it.
Yeah.
It's true.
The trick is to play what girls listen to at the time.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta
That's
take
really
a
the
crowd.
trick.
It's just like he was saying, like, they're structuring their shows, like, you know what, like, it's just the same thing with me. Like, if I'm looking out in a crowd and there's a bunch of fucking guys bro fucking dancing, guess what? I'm gonna play, like, some harder fucking shit.
Right.
But if I see some chicks out there, I'm gonna throw on a little bit, like,
The
some
bass.
softer shit, throwing maybe a vocal here and there. Like, it's just with anything.
You're not gonna throw on Pop the Pussy?
It to your crowd.
You've got to read the crowd.
Isn't Pop the Pussy a good club song?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know if a jam band can do that, but...
Sure they could.
You have to read the crowd.
Yep.
I think we're going to cover that one the next.
But, it's just they're saying that it's what you're doing is you're reading the crowd, and you're doing that by how you're observing the crowd as you're doing everything. So it's just like anything. It's just when you do your day-to-day activities, you know what, you walk out of Dunkin' Donuts, you see some fucking weirdo fucking getting in his car and he's about to hit your door or something like that. It's just you observe shit in your mind and you kind of just critique everything of what you're going to actually plan and do. So that's how you got to treat your music with. Same thing.
So there's a song. I have the Time Is Now album. What song you want to play?
How about the Time Is Now?
Time Is Now, man.
Title track.
Jesus Christ, title track.
This is the first track we ever recorded together.
All right, this is the John Spignesi Band. These guys are in the studio right now. Check out their song and give us some comments on Facebook if you're listening 3 days ago or 3 days from now or whatever on the podcast. Email us, pprnradio@gmail.com. Let us know what you think. The song is called The Time Is Now. If it ever plays.
Get stoned.
If you find the distance, you'll know that it's true. And if you search for answers, they'll come to you. We cannot explain, the future is strange, but second chances come to those who pain. I've gone down the road, faced many paths, but in the end, friends have always had my back. Nature of disposition, this is my mission. I'm gonna get out and find that's my wishing. Every moment that we breathe is a chance for you and me. Am I bound to learn? Will I go out and get served? This moment for you and me is our chance to be free. On the breath we must allow. Hey, the time is now. moment for you and me. Here's our chance to be free. Find the breath we must allow. Hey, yeah, the time is now. The time is now. The time is now.
All right, get some positive remarks here on Facebook. People like it. Where can they get your music?
JSBmusic.org.
Where can I get your music?
We have jsbmusic.org, or you can go to archive.org and punch in John Spignesi Band, and you will find every show we've ever played.
And now we have a Pandora station, so if you type in John Spignesi and spell it right, you'll get to our
nobody
station.
can spell it right.
And they'll play us and a bunch of other kind of similar bands that you get to hear, and we're on Spotify too. So find us there.
When you play for a band and it's somebody else's name, does that upset you?
No, not at all. You know, you could hear in the arrangement of that tune, like Spigs went like third, like that tune. You know, he's singing, but it's featuring Matt on drums. It's featuring Mitch, wailing on the organ, and then you hear John solo. You know what I mean? And it's not, he's not out there hot dogging. And same thing. Like when I talk to other bass players, like online, the bass forums, they're like, oh, the band, who's this guy who's puts his own name on the band? But it's not like that at all. It's really, there's a lot of humility. And earlier you were asking about like what's the process of the band? You came in the wrong chord. There's none of that. Like anybody's idea. Like it really doesn't matter. Like we'll try it and we'll decide as a band, is that cool or not? There's no, I mean, we're performers. Everybody's got a little ego, I guess, but like it's all under control. You know what I mean? There's nothing that negativity really doesn't come out.
At one point, he asked me, did I want to change the name of the band? And I said, no. Those are all your songs.
Yeah.
That's you.
And my oldest son, he's a musician, and I tell him, like, if you want to see how to manage a band, like, pay attention to Spigs, like, see what he does, because, he's always asking, like, is this cool? Does this work? What do you think, guys? And that way we trust him to, like, he lines up the gigs and talks to the people, networks, does all that stuff. And, I'm the new guy, so I just come in and, I've learned these tunes, and I've jumped in, and now I'm playing. It's great.
How long were you? What do you play?
I'm the bass player.
Bass player. How long have you been playing bass?
I started when I was 13.
Bass players, are they? There was always no. I always like made fun.
Yeah.
Because like the bass player to me, and I'm just this is what I feel.
No, don't even say it, dude. Because
hit
the
me.
bass player is like the key to everything.
Yeah, but hang on, Joe. Hang on.
DJ
So the bass player to me was just a simple bass player. Like like the guitar guy, he jams and he twirls his hair and does whatever. Yeah. Like I could never see the bass player doing that. Like I was like, what is he doing? He's just playing bass.
So there's a couple things that the bass does. Like recently, I've really started thinking of it. It's like the glue. And what a bass player does, especially in a jam band, is it actually connects everything that's going on. You're connecting the drums harmonically to what's going on in the keys and the vocals and the guitar. And one of the best compliments I ever got in the jazz group that I played, like I wasn't at a rehearsal, and they were like, we just didn't sound as good. Like they didn't even like what is that ineffable thing that's going on with the bass that's connecting everything. And so my job is to make everybody else sound good.
Yeah.
And that's why you see the bass player kind of trying to fade back a little bit in the in the spotlight, but making good things happen.
Right. Well, Joe's our third bass player. We started out with a guy named Bob LaCroix, who is a great bass player.
Dave's good, man.
And he had to move away.
What do you play?
I play keyboards.
Keyboards, okay. See, now that guy is cool.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that guy gets pussy.
Yeah, he gets pussy.
I do all right.
He
drinks.
He could tickle the tingles.
He's the alcoholic of the group, though.
Thank you.
The guy with the keyboard is always the guy with the addictions and all that stuff.
He's got the best fingers.
Yeah. And he's always got the bottle hidden underneath the keyboard, so he thinks no one sees him.
Oh, I'm definitely the drunk of the band.
We have a friend that's a keyboard player for a cover band, and he drinks a bottle of Jack Daniel every show.
There you go.
To himself.
I think I'm the band Lush.
I would never be able to. I don't even know how to even play a piano at the same time. If I was fucked up, like I would never even know how to coordinate my hands or my fingers to even hit the keys that I need to hit.
They have different brains, man. It's just like
when you do it for 20 years, you can't fuck up.
See, I'm a producer, so I'm in a studio. So if I'm hitting something on a keyboard, I can kind of go back and re-edit it. But if you're playing something live, it's like completely, you fuck up, you fuck up.
I tried keyboard in school. I learned a theme to Halloween. And that was it. That's all I wanted to know.
I like that little jingle.
That's it. It's only 2 keys. That's I don't know, it's 3 keys, right? Yeah.
Yeah, so Joe's our third bass player, and the best one yet. We had a guy called Tom Guthrie playing with us for a couple of years before Joe came, who really wasn't a right fit, and ended up quitting.
It's the hat.
And then we got blessed with...
This is a very bass player hat.
It's the hat.
I'll cop to that, man.
It's very cool. Like
It's the best thing that has ever happened to our band.
It's the white Kango, Joe.
My hat is the best thing that ever happened to JSB.
No, your playing is the best thing.
You see it, Joe? It's the white man's Kango.
The white Kango will give you pussy too.
Right, that's true too.
We've had a few bass players, but Joe's the man. He does what we need him to do, and he does it great.
But it's fit for the band. Like I went and saw Tom's new band the other weekend up at June's. Yeah, X-Ray. And
he's a different kind of player.
And no, his playing was the fit for that band. I was talking with him online.
And I'm not saying Tom wasn't a great player.
You see, that's talent when you can be in 5 or 6 different bands.
Well, we improvise.
And remember every note for each band.
Yeah, exactly. Because you know what, everybody plays differently too. So it's like you got one. It's just knowing certain notes, and if you're going between 3 or 4 different, like Dave Grohl, like I give that guy a lot of credit.
Right on.
Oh yeah.
Or people like what I mean. There's certain musicians that can jump back and forth to bands, and I just don't understand how they can do it. That's tough.
Yeah.
It's either a lot of practice or using your ear. I'm more of an ear player. Like I rely on that improvisation.
Pete, I'm going to call you right back, brother. Okay.
All right, our very own Dane can do multiple things. He's a Beatles dude.
That's right.
I've seen Dane kill it.
Have you?
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Chris.
I met
Chris
you at
was
the Sabbing Rock Roasting Company, right?
Yeah, that was back. That
Oh,
was
you're
back
still
in the
there.
open mic.
Probably
Now
seven or
we're
eight years
down
ago.
at Randall's. But
Oh, Randall's. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Shaving Rock. Never mind.
you came down to Randall's one night, didn't you? I remember
I
seeing
did
you
one
there.
time. Yeah.
You-
It's Thursdays. I need
Yeah,
to get
man.
back out there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I met Dane at the Sabbing Rock Roasting Company probably 8 years ago.
Something like that. Yeah, maybe more.
We were jammed together, had fun.
Yeah, man. No, we always dig jamming with you, man. It's always a good thing when Chris shows. We're always like, hey, Jay Sass will turn to me and be like, hey, Chris is here. Like, oh shit, hey.
And you don't realize that the bands, like a lot of bands, especially with the radio shows too, a lot of the good bands and radio shows, they have people that lead. Like you would never think the 34s would have parted with their drummer, but they did. It was like very shocking when we heard that last week.
Yeah.
Like the really good shows and the really good bands, and everybody always loses someone that's I don't know if you want to call it jealousy or if you want to call it.
Sometimes it's just people lose interest. Like with in the case of our drummer, he just
is that Dave Sasso?
No. We for 34s we had a drummer Joe Q, and Joe is a good dude. Yeah. That's right. You've seen Joe. He's a good dude and he's a good player, but he just he had work and he was like a manager of his department at his job, and like. He had to get up at like 5 a.m., so it's like to him it wasn't worth going out and playing till 2.
That's the curse of the musician.
And then going into work the next day. Yeah, so
that's not dedication, man.
Fair enough. That's what we said, but I mean, the thing is, he still wants to jam. Like he'll call us up, and be like, "Hey, you guys want to jam?" We're like,
"Yeah," because he's feeling remorse now.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, we've offered him shows. We'll say to him, "Hey, man, we're playing. Like, do you want to play?" And he's like, "No, I don't want to do gigs anymore. He's like, I just want to jam with you guys because like we're friends." I'm like, "We'll jam with you, but like we have a drummer now, like."
Yeah, you got to know if you're going to commit, right?
Exactly.
Like when I started up with this band, I'm like, you know what? I know that for the next year I can really be doing this, you know. And then I wouldn't do it if I couldn't commit to it.
Yeah.
It's like a marriage.
Yeah, it is.
Hell yeah.
It's hard to get 4 or 5 guys who can all find the same schedule to rehearse and play, and they don't have their own issues, and
exactly,
it's very hard.
Yeah, it takes a good long time to get the right band together.
Then you add a school teacher in the mix.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. Our first
clinic,
percussion player was a school teacher, and he had to quit because his wife told him that he had to quit.
Yeah, we had one of those recently.
It's tough to find 4 or 5 guys who can all meet the same schedule and rehearse and play and be friends.
And that's the thing too. Like if you're gonna like, I always say with anything like we're going on 10 years. We are on 10 years this year, and all the people that have gone through and come through, it's like they wanted like some people just wanted like instant. Just like instant like gigs and instant whatever. Yep. Especially like with a band too. It's like, oh, I want to be playing out. Oh, why does the lead singer get more money? Why does this one get this and why does this one get that? And well, to me, if you're in a band and you're the lead singer and you're booking, you should get a little bit more. That's my opinion. I got a friend that does that. He books And he takes a little fee for himself, but he's the lead singer, too.
That's like John. He's a workhorse.
Yeah.
I think the reason this band will always last is because we're all friends.
Yeah.
We really
That's
care
important.
about each other.
That's very important.
Because
That's
there's
the
always
thing, too.
something like crazy happening on the stage, like something doesn't work, or blah blah blah, or the
There's
wedding's
no
weird,
hang-ups
or
in the
something
band.
Like that. So you have to deal with
Nobody
problems.
flips out. We're all
so if you're all
friends.
kind of mellow and friends, like then you get through that, you know.
And that's the thing, too. You got to be, if something like breaks, or you got to have that one person that knows what to do in a pinch.
And that's John.
And well, I mean, it could be everybody. If it's like, all right, this is doing this, it's like, you know, just do this, or you know what I mean? Like,
I'm the sound guy. I'm the wires.
Right.
He gives us total freedom of musical creativity.
Yeah.
He doesn't tell us what to play.
Yeah, that's so cool, man. I know I can try like anything. If something's awesome, like I'll hear from the
You
band,
play
like
it-
that was freaking cool.
Well, that's
you know?
You play a song one night one way, and then play it different the next night.
Well,
that's the beauty of this.
That's the
band.
beauty of jam bands. You don't have to play it the same.
Yep.
Like I was listening to, was it Black Crows or Extreme? One of them on Howard the other day. Or She Talks to Angels. Who sings that?
Crows. That's Crows.
Crows.
That was the second CD I bought.
They're doing. All of a sudden they started with "She Talks to Angels," and I'm trying to sing along with it, and it didn't sound anything like it, but it sounded good. Like, you know what I mean? Like bands like that, they're always changing shit up. I mean, we're not David Lee Roth; he should just die or whatever.
I always felt like if you're going to take a cover, kind of try to make it your own.
Yeah.
But these are the people that actually sang it.
Yeah, but they were going from full band to 2 people on acoustic, so they had to adjust it somewhat.
I don't know about that.
But it sounded good, though.
Yeah. I thought they had the full band in there.
No, I don't think so. I think
Yeah,
they,
the drummer and shit was in there.
I think they did it acoustic, didn't
No,
they?
they did a full band.
did it?
Huh?
Two brothers did
Yeah.
it?
The whole band did it because they even were making fun of the drummer because he wasn't talking. I remember that.
Didn't they kind of break up like the? Chris
Yeah, they
Robinson,
fight. They
and
punch
he
each
fights
other
all
in
the
the
time?
brothers.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
the
a lot of
brothers had
turmoil in that band.
had a fight. So that's
Not
why-
a fight. Every night they fought. Like
Yeah.
they beat the shit out of each other every day.
Yeah, a lot of turmoil in that band.
Yep, they're back together.
They're back together again, though.
So it will be.
So can we talk about it real quick before I don't want to deviate from you guys, but can we? Anybody see that video of David Lee Roth?
No.
No.
I saw the country.
What
I
happened?
saw the country video that he did.
I gotta play this.
Yeah, well, now I want to see this.
I gotta.
Is
play
this recent? Something he just did?
Yeah.
I'm a huge David Lee Roth fan, so I don't know if I even want to see this. Is it bad?
Yes, you do.
It's not the one that he did. California Girls and Country, is it?
That was horrible.
No, it's recent.
Is this like him talking, or is this like a music video?
No, it's him singing.
Oh, it is.
Yeah. What song was it?
He doesn't really have the pipes anymore. I hate to say.
Right, when he quit.
Oh, here we go. I'll do this one.
When he quit Van Halen, he got Billy Sheehan and Steve Vai, like the best bass player, the best guitar player on the planet.
Here we go.
How long? All fucking night long. We're shoulder to shoulder. Country western star boots. And I'm gonna tie it up with.
Come on, sing it, bitch.
Nicholas Brothers.
Hang on. What is it?
What's this he's talking about? See, it sounds like he's like
He
going
was
off on
singing
Country music.
Yeah.
Let's see if he does Panama.
You know, only a real drummer on something that he experienced.
He's just talking the whole
Can
thing.
we do it again in another 40? Till I'm on top.
He was an arrogant prick, I guess. That's what I've heard.
Smoking on the water, Alan. That's one of those snaps.
Yeah, see, he just talked. Which one was it? Hang on. I think it's this one.
What's up with his pants?
You really got me now. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing. That's wrong. You really got me now. I can't sleep at night.
Oh, dude.
Sing it now.
Yeah, sing it back up, people.
Yeah, I've heard things like he's forgetting words and songs too. He's like, I'm thinking to somebody else.
Yeah.
He looks like the kid at the first day of school. Like he looks retarded, don't he?
This is actually a
Wow,
cover song.
I can't even listen to it.
This is a cover song, though. A lot of people thought they wrote it, but it wasn't theirs.
No, yeah, it's the Kinks.
Yep.
Oh my God! You hear that?
You know what he sounds like now? He sounds like your like 50-something-year-old buddy who wants to sing a Van Halen song at karaoke.
Yeah, karaoke.
I hate to say it.
The drunk guy on coke.
Yeah.
He's a drunk guy on coke at the bar. I got this.
Sing it with me.
He's Bob.
Yeah.
I got this. I got this, motherfucker.
You're not so good every time.
Fuck Trump.
I don't think he's done much musically, though, for a long time.
He's got a residency in Vegas.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
And like, didn't Van Halen like just toured with him again like
Did
2 or
they?
3 years ago? Yeah. And they were kind of making fun of it on Jazz and
Well, I remember they did Sammy Hagar
The Sam
and
and Dave
David
tour.
Lee Roth tour where they played together.
That was like
that was
he-
that was like the
really,
early 2000s.
really
though, I
fucking
think.
weird.
He even went on a radio show and he's like, "Yeah, I don't think Eddie's gonna ask me to be on the tour this time."
Oh, isn't he touring with Michael Anthony?
I don't know who he's. I don't even care who he's touring. After that performance,
You know, he fired Mike, or actually, Eddie fired
Eddie's got
him.
cancer anyways.
Yeah, Eddie fired Michael Anthony and got his son to play
Yeah,
bass.
I heard that.
Yeah, Eddie's got
Which
throat
is fucked
cancer,
up
right?
because if it wasn't for him, there would have been no Van Halen.
You can't. Who really knows who Van Halen was though? Like you could replace Eddie.
No.
You could replace Dave.
You know,
You could replace. You could replace them all. Journey did it.
Good
That
point.
Chinese
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
He did good. Priest did it.
Yep.
You know,
Ripper Owens.
Motley Crue didn't do it, but
Well, I mean, Van Halen technically did do it because once they got rid of
Sammy Hagar was
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
I thought he was great. Everybody dogged him. When I remember when that happened, and all the Van Halen people were like, "He sucks," and I'm like, "No, he does not. Listen to the music. It's really fucking good."
Everybody said that about Ozzy when he came out with Bark at the Moon.
Yeah.
Or,
But once
not
he
the
got
Moon.
fired from Sabbath, the same thing. But it was great music. But fans are assholes sometimes.
Ultimate
What
Sin.
about that? But what about that new Ozzy song?
So what? You have to. I liked
Awesome.
it.
You liked it?
Yeah, because it's different. He evolved. He grew. He didn't. I don't know.
He's
That's
not-
the problem with metalheads
No,
from the
he's
80s.
not
They don't like
he's
change.
not
Well, that's the problem
singing.
with everybody.
No,
People don't like
But no
change.
one's singing no more, babe. There's no one singing anymore.
You're
Well, then
absolutely
you shouldn't
right.
be a singer.
You have to adjust. He's not going to. Our generation isn't going to go out and buy an Ozzy album anymore. People like Kendall's age and Rebecca's age, they're going to go buy a fucking. Like he did a song with Post Malone. You think he liked it? No, but he's making money off of it, ain't he?
Yeah.
All right, he's making $1 a download. So you got
You
to.
probably had a good time making that too.
Of course he
It's
did.
something
Yeah,
new,
metal-
and you're not
metalheads
like a
are
Vegas
tough.
actor.
They made
anymore,
fun of him
right?
when he
You're
did
doing
Ultimate Sin. They're like, "Oh, poser." I loved Ultimate Sin. I love that album, but I mean, like, people don't like change.
Yeah, people
Exactly.
want people
Metalheads
want
are
it made for
dicks.
them, and if it's not
Hey.
made for them, they freak out.
I don't mind change, but it has to be the right change. Like that, I didn't
That's true,
think
too.
that was good at all.
No.
And
mean,
if I thought it was, I would have given props for it. But I don't think it was good at
Listen
all.
to
What was
it
the
like-
name of it?
Listen to it like 10 times over, and then you go find
The
it. for sure.
Ozzy with Elton John. And did you hear? You like
Elton
that?
John.
You liked
I
it?
haven't heard it.
What was the name
It
of it?
was awesome.
I don't even remember the name.
Ordinary
of the song.
Man.
Yeah, that's it.
Metalheads are
So
tough.
give this a listen for a second, because I don't want YouTube to kick
Who's
it.
this one now? Which one is
It's
it?
Ozzy.
Ozzy with Elton John.
Oh, interesting.
I already have live page.
All right, yeah. Ba 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 ba. Shut up. All right. So I'll do a little bit of Ozzy, a little bit of Elton John.
And I love Ozzy, and I like all his stuff.
He sounds like Ozzy.
That's Goodbye to Romance. Doesn't it sound? Yeah.
It's one of my favorite songs.
All right, that's Ozzy. That's Elton. case you didn't know, there's two different
You can tell. You can tell which one still has the strong voice.
Yeah, I mean,
the
Ellen
one that doesn't
still
have the
sounds-
auto tune on.
They're
it.
both
Ellen
80.
sounds great though. Yeah, but listen, Ellen sounds great.
They have to
You
put-
don't like it because Ozzy's Ozzy.
Here's the thing.
No.
You
Here's
don't
the
like
thing.
him doing pop. That's the
Oh,
problem.
I don't care
Ozzy's
about that.
voice is shot for
Yes.
the most part, so they have to auto tune him for him to
Dang,
sing on key.
Ozzy's voice has been shot since the
Yeah.
80s.
No, he always
Oh, I
had
know.
that kind of phaser kind of sound.
Oh, I
on
know
his
that,
voice
but I'm saying,
that.
like, I saw back in 04 at Ozfest when Black Sabbath came back, like, he was him with Black Sabbath. I went and saw that show, and he was doing, what's the fucking tune?
Crazy Train?
No.
Shot in the dark.
No.
War Pigs.
War Pigs, thank you.
Yeah.
He was doing that. He was all over the place on the key. Like, he could not do it anymore.
He did it in 1985 at the New Haven Coliseum
Yeah,
with
85.
Metallica, and
I'm
he's
talking
trying to do
2004.
Crazy Train, and he
Yeah.
fucking,
Yeah.
his voice went change like the
Yeah.
Brady Bunch.
Yeah. Like, he
That
was-
episode of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, he's
it
just,
happens.
you know, he's
It's
on
amazing.
a lot of
he's-
drugs.
It's amazing he's still alive.
Yeah.
For all the drugs that he
yes.
did.
Yeah, if I put all that through my system, I would not sound that good.
No, that's
It's a
There's no
miracle
way.
he's still breathing after what he's been through.
That's heroic level.
Well, maybe I got to listen to it a few more times.
You
I
do.
don't know,
Sounds like a
but
nice
It's
song,
different.
but-
I was not like
5 times over. and
I love
then
Ellen and
make your
John.
decision.
I was excited to hear it, and then I was not excited while I was
Ricky's
hearing
that
it.
metal, that poser.
No, it's not even. I
No,
don't
you-
just listen to metal. Like I like other music.
You have to listen to a song a few times over before you can just dismiss it as it is.
Actually, I don't think so. If you don't hear a song the first time and you don't like it, I think that's a wrap.
I've had a little bit of both. Like there have been albums I've listened to where like the first time I listened to it, it like grabbed me. I was like, yeah, this is
Like
fucking
Boo?
awesome. Yeah. And then there have been other albums where it was like the first time I heard it, it didn't grab me right away, and I was like, I don't know if I like this. And then I listened to it more, and I did like it. But then the reverse has happened, where it's like I didn't like it, and the more I listen to it, the more I find I don't like about it. I'm like, I still don't like this. I tried. I really tried. But so I think it just
You
it
like
does
what
just
you
depend on your taste. Yeah, exactly. You like what you like, and it's like you try to, especially when like your favorite artists grow or change, you try to accept that and listen to it, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't. So I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Like the band I'm currently referring to actually is Green Day. Like I love Green Day. I've loved them since the 90s. After American Idiot, they put out 21st Century Breakdown. When I first heard that album, I was like American Idiot was kind of iffy for me. I was like, that album's cool. It's not the same, but I get it. They're growing. It's different. It's cool. And I liked it. But then 21st Century Breakdown came out, and I was like, I don't know if I like this. And the more I listened to it, I was like, no, there's some cool shit on it. I like it.
You know how many times they've been hated?
Oh, yeah.
Because they were underground first.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Then they put out that triple album thing, Uno, Dos, and Tre. And that, it's still to this day, I listen to it, and I'm like, I want to like these. I really do. But there's only like 2 or 3 songs on each one that I like.
I think naming it after himself blew it.
Yeah, well, I think
Uno,
it's
Dos,
just the
Tre.
music isn't great on it. I think a lot of those songs were just kind of like throwaway songs that it was just like, we need an album.
He said it
Here's
on
a bunch
the-
of shit we haven't put out
They
yet.
said that on Stern. This is not an album. We're not proud of this album.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of songs that we didn't publish that is making this album. That's
Yeah.
exactly what they said.
Yeah.
So it worked.
Yeah.
You're talking about it.
Right.
So, because he was like, how did you put together a record so fast? It's like, oh, we had a bunch of songs just sitting around, and we wanted to throw something together. Just because that was before their latest album.
Yeah.
So they were working on their latest album, but they wanted to throw
Right.
something out to stay relevant.
Yeah, yeah. Because I like Revolution Radio. Like, I listen, like, that album, I finally picked it up after it's been out for like 3 years. And the reason I didn't pick it up at first was because those other 3 albums, I was like, no, I don't know, maybe they kind of like, maybe I'm not as into them anymore. Maybe I've outgrown it. And then I heard Revolution Radio, and I was like, oh, this is a great fucking album. Like, I'm listening to it now, I'm like, that one grabbed me again. I was like, yeah, okay. Like,
Nothing's really going to top Dookie there, that album.
was a good
you know,
album. Dookie was a great album.
Dookie.
To where fans are just going to be already saying this sucks.
Yeah. It's a very hated on band. Just
People
for
are
whatever reason.
closed-minded like that. Or something different sound. This sucks.
I don't understand the big liking for the Dave Matthews Band.
I don't understand that. I've never been into Dave Matthews.
Do you guys like him?
The women like it.
No, they're well,
that's
I
kind of.
know a lot
I
of
don't
dudes
want to
that
call
like
it chick music. Well, I mean, I like it too, but I think it's aimed at a demographic.
What I don't understand is the people who like fucking riot after his concerts and like flip cars and shit. It's like, why? Dave fucking Matthews, where did that come from?
You're drinking PBR.
Yeah. You guys are smoking weed and drinking PBR.
You're
How
not
are
even
you
doing.
flipping cars?
You're not even doing acid. What's wrong with you people?
They're like, this is Connecticut, and we're hard, motherfucker. Dave Matthews just playing flipping cars.
In the parking lot.
Yeah.
Bro,
That was an awesome set.
Knocking over garbage cans. Yeah, I'm not super into it.
Ever.
Doesn't do it for me.
It does.
I get it.
Dane,
I don't.
wanted to ask you, what's your opinion of Avenged Sevenfold?
Ooh, that's an interesting question.
That means he hates them.
No, I'm indifferent. I've heard like maybe one or two songs by them, and like they're not bad. It's not really my cup of tea. But like I get it. It's cool. Like they're cool, but like yeah, I never really got like crazy into them.
I have a bit of a problem.
Why?
Obsessed with them.
That song "Backcountry" to me, right? That song reminds me of "Straight Up" by Paula Abdul. Because it's got that like every time I fucking hear that song, he's like
There's
I'm like
a lot of correlation between Metallica and Avenged Sevenfold.
I'm like, yeah, it's the same
A lot
sort
of
of
their
song.
songs sound similar.
Yeah, they have the dueling lead guitars. First time I ever heard of Avenged Sevenfold, I saw them live at the Hard Rock Cafe in Orlando, Florida, and they blew my mind. They were really fucking
I've
good.
seen them 8 times.
Yeah, they're great live.
All right, let's take a little break. It's 9:35. All right, let's take a little break. 4 minutes. We're gonna say goodbye to Facebook. We're on the radio side. Let me put the link, PPRNradio.net. Go to PPRNradio.net and you can hear us. If you're going to bed and you want to hear the rest of the end of the show, go to PPRNradio.net. Download the Spreaker app and listen to the podcast. We're also on Getting Sports with Drunk and my show are on iTunes, Spotify, all those. Anywhere you see podcast platforms, just type in PPRN or Getting Sports with Drunk or Peter Pino Show, and you can download the episode. What you do is download it at home for free. Although everybody has free fucking internet now. But download it at home for free. This way you don't have to use your data while you're driving. If you're still paying for data, sell your track phone. And get yourself a Metro. We'll be right back.
Or JSB
Don't use your burner.
Music.org.
Yeah, we'll be right back.
Yeah, that song was really cool.
Yo, thanks.
Do you have any solid copies of that, or is it just download stuff?
That's the first track on our first album. We have 2 albums.
We ride this thing till the wheels fall off. Put your glasses on!
Joke's on her. She's married to it. We're back. PPRNradio.net. In honor of the 10 years, we're getting rid of our website.
Too bad.
No. Everybody's doing apps now.
Too bad go ahead.
Yeah, no.
I'll say, too bad you never had an SBC Global that we could relaunch.
PPRNradio.SBC Global. All right, so if you're just tuning in, don't forget on Sundays now is the 4 Live Crew. So the next time somebody calls us racist, just tune in on Sunday. And the 34s and Getting Sports with Drunk on Mondays. And then my show on Wednesdays. You can check out the 34s. Have an open mic
every
Thursday at Randall's. And then the JSB Band. Where are you guys going to be?
We are going to be at the Branch something restaurant in Chester, and then we are at Donovan's Reef on March 14th for our big 5-year anniversary show and a bunch of festivals and things this summer. And our tour will be posted on jsbmusic.org.
Nice. And then if you've been living under a rock, I'm no longer with Chaz and AJ.
Wow.
So I'm starting a new endeavor, though.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Stand-up comedy.
Debut
tomorrow at Tony's Huntington Inn. It's a pizza place.
So don't go to Randall's open mic tomorrow night. Please go to
No,
Tony's Huntington.
go to both. I'm not on till like 9:30 anyway.
Yeah.
So you guys wrap up around 9:30.
Yeah, usually, yeah, which is good. Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah. So sign-ups at 8:30. I don't know. Dave's going on first, so I don't know what time exactly. So we're there between 8:30 and 11. How's that?
Nice.
And then if you can't make it tomorrow, go to reruns that Sunday. I'm doing a whole 20 minutes.
I will definitely go to reruns.
That's in West Haven.
Yeah, local boy. Makes good.
Second time up.
Going
20 fucking minutes.
Stretching the floor.
I am gonna Dave Chappelle who? Okay. If it works out, it works out. If it don't, it don't. And we go back to slinging coffee or Ubering.
Slanging.
Gotta try it all, Dave.
That's right, you do.
You know what I mean? We gotta try it all.
Well, you're still young.
I'm not young.
Yeah, but don't count it out if you can't give it just 2.
No, I got a feeling I'm going to do better on the Sunday than I am on the 5-minute because my brain don't work for 5 minutes. As you could tell how many times I interrupt you guys.
Just, when you're up there, just be confident. Just use what you have, and just remember this is a first time.
I can't have her there.
What? You need to stop basing your comedy on me. Is the problem?
Well, when your wife don't laugh, it's a wrap.
But I've heard it. I've heard it.
She can hang out in the bathroom.
Huh?
She can hang out in the bathroom.
Yeah, I'll hide behind. I'll sit way in the back somewhere.
But you know what is this? I'm. You know when you drive and you think you're the most talented singer in the world, or?
Oh, that's me.
And I'm driving all day, and I'm like, this is gonna kill. But then I'm like, Ricky ain't gonna like it.
You can't base it on me.
I said, Dane will laugh. Dane always laughs at everything.
You're a funny guy, man.
Thank you.
First of all, it takes a lot to make me laugh.
Like a part of if I do this one thing tomorrow, I'm not giving it away. It's got to have a corded mic. That's all I got to say.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I think you got a pretty good chance of that being the case.
Okay. Because a lot of the places some have wireless mics.
That's tough.
The joke ain't gonna work unless it's a corded mic. To me, anyways. In my head, it's funny. So if anything, I can entertain myself. It's too nice. And if you want to book me, I mean, I'll take a little bit of money.
Kids' birthday parties, he's great.
Yeah, bar mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs.
Yeah. Weddings.
Halals.
Halal.
Halal openings. If you want to christen your Jewish meat, whatever they call that.
The bris.
The bris, yeah. If you're getting your mushroom pizza cut off, right, man. What do they call that? The kosher. If you're doing anything kosher.
He's in.
The schmuck.
I never thought I'd start comedy at a fucking pizza joint, but hey, whatever. You know, then there's going to be those trips to New York for no reason. Come catch me at the 2-drink minimum. Drive to 34th Street and catch my 3-minute set.
I'll be out of napkins. 40th and Main.
Yeah. The brouhaha in Hartford. Did I bring my water down? Didn't?
No, I didn't see it with a cup. Do you want me to go grab it for you?
Can you?
Yeah, where is it?
I don't know.
Oh.
It might be upstairs on the counter. It's a red
It's a
solo
red
cup.
Solo cup.
Don't shit in it.
I can't make any guarantees.
Teabag it. That's fine. So yeah, that's gonna be tomorrow and Sunday. So we'll see. See how it works out.
It's gonna be fun. Just have fun.
You can always say, you know what's worse is watching Rebecca study during her show.
Hey, I still contribute when I.
No. I'm saying it's got to be hard. It's got to be hard doing college work while you're listening to our ridiculous show.
What are you studying?
It helps.
To be a teacher.
No,
She is a teacher.
All right.
I'm getting my 6th year so that I can make some sort of money.
Oh, word.
And then I'm done.
I had this.
Yeah, be done there. I just finished my doctorate, and you know what I did when I finished my doctorate?
A band.
I joined a band.
Yeah, I don't want the doctorate. I don't want to be administrator.
So can we bring up something that I thought was funny? You meet a lot of interesting people when you're driving around all day.
All right.
So I met up with a college professor. She was on her way to a...
Where's this going?
She was on her way to an interview to get a job in Minneapolis. So she's like, I know this is weird, but can I ask you something? She goes, can I read this to you? I'm like, okay, fuck it. We got a 53-minute ride.
Yeah.
So she's reading it, and I found it interesting because she was talking about gender inequality as far as pay. So she's reading it, and she's saying that, women aren't getting paid enough, and it's because they get pregnant and they leave the workforce, and Finland is the worst for this, and blah, blah, blah. She said the statistics, and blah, blah, blah. And then she's saying, I'm like, well, if a woman is climbing a pole at a cable company. Did I turn it down?
Oh, you know what?
I did it.
Dane unplugged it.
Sorry, I kicked it.
You guys good?
It should be.
So, if a woman is climbing a pole at a cable company and a man is climbing a pole, they should both make the same money, correct?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if she's going to be off for 6 months. If you're doing the same job, make the same money. And you know me already with the whole liberal shit and all that shit, right? So it's funny, she goes, do you know the number one reason why women do not get paid well in today's world? What do you think it is?
Are you asking us, or
I'm asking all of you. This is a round table, so.
Well, I already know. You already told
I know,
me.
yeah. You'll never guess, I hope.
Like what she said? Or just
No, it's statistic. It's
like
an actual statistic why women don't get paid the way they shouldn't. The reason why. You're stumped? We can move on.
How is a statistic like a why? It's more like a result.
Well, it's not a why. It's that they poll people or whatever.
Okay. So what will people say? All right.
Right. So it's basically let's call it a family feud.
Oh, so this is
60 people at the supermarket. We asked.
Well,
but no, this is actual statistics.
Men are pigs. Ding.
No. Believe it or not,
eh.
that's what everybody's answer would be, right?
Yeah.
Especially we're living in the anti-fascist world, anti-misogynist, whatever, right? All right.
Always.
The Me Too movement. Now, guess what? What do you already know?
Yeah, I was there.
What do you think it is?
What do I think it is?
Yeah.
Like what do I think the reason that most people think that women don't get paid as...
No, the reason why they actually don't get
Well,
paid.
they
Not what
actually
they
don't.
think. It's what they actually, why they actually don't get paid.
But it's a combination of things. I mean, some of it is actual sexism in like workplaces that you're not allowed to share what you make and talk amongst yourselves and so
Mhm.
on. You find out the same job women are making less than
Right.
men. Then there's also the factor that she was talking about where women have to take off for child rearing and childbirth
Right.
and other kind of things, which sets them back on the ladder.
Right.
So I think it's both things.
Holly?
Women are backstabbers.
Well, that's a street thing. You want to know the answer?
Yeah, I'm really curious now.
Now remember, this is the world of Antifa, right? Anti-fascists, they call them Trump, all this stuff.
Always.
You know the reason why? This generation don't respect women. They don't think women can do things. Like Rebecca's a woman teacher. Those kids, that generation, generation coming up and the generation now, don't respect women. They do not listen to women as teachers. They don't respect women in the workplace. That's what she said.
Not where I work.
Not, but that's what I'm saying. You're talking surveys and you're talking numbers. So exactly, once in a while, you're gonna get just like everybody's like, "Oh, fuck cops." Not every cop is bad. You understand what I'm saying? But in her statistics, it was a Yale study. It was because this generation does not respect women.
So do you mean like a post-feminist kind of thing where it's kind of like there's been a backslide from
Like if you're a teacher and you're teaching, you're both teaching the same subject.
Yes, sir.
They're going to learn more from you than her.
No, not where I work.
That's just where you work. But this is a big major Yale study they did, and kids did not listen to women more than they listened to men.
But wait, there are studies that show that higher-pitched voices are heard better. Like if you listen to like advertisements and things, for the people making money, they have a woman's voice like all the time. And when you have like turn left here, right? I mean, it's a woman's voice unless you put like the Elvis mode, like oh, turn left. But people hear that stuff better, and I think it does. And
But you're not going to sell. So all right, so you're going to sell
candles.
You're going to sell vagina-scented candles with a woman's voice better.
Yeah,
than,
I am.
But you're not going to sell anything from Tractor Supply from a woman's voice.
No, but see, the thing is, the way that advertising, I think that women listen to women's voices and
If they're lesbian.
No. It's not a sex thing. It's more of a connection or a competition or an aspirational thing. And women and men listen to women's voices, and it is either a sexual thing or.
Listen, I was floored when I heard it because I'm
Yeah.
like,
I don't.
With the Antifa shit and everything going on, like really, like this day and age.
Wait, what does Antifa have to do
Well,
with?
anti-fascist or misogynist, whatever the fuck they stand for.
Always.
Like you wouldn't expect it in this. What's going on? Like the whole Me Too thing. You wouldn't expect all that happening with the way women are trying to fight. Why are women still trying to fight like it was the '60s? I mean, women have everything that the women in the '60s didn't have.
Well,
like you have the right to work now. You have the right to vote. You're not getting beaten anymore. You're not getting hit for dinner being late. The courts have turned it around to where the woman always makes out in a divorce or child custody case, or a divorce or whatever. So none of that stuff happens anymore. What you're getting in like the Weinsteins, those are the baby boomer people still. Like you can't take the Weinsteins and judge the generation.
I'm sure there's still as many like dirtbag millennials.
Yeah, there's called
boomers
Bidens.
as there are. I mean, I think you get dirtbags in every generation.
Exactly.
Male and female. I'm sure.
Absolutely.
But I would think in this generation that would be gone. Not totally, but
you'd
gone.
You'd also think that in this day and age, people wouldn't think the Earth is flat. So I mean,
go figure.
We live in a fucked up century.
I never believed the world is flat, but I'm like, how the fuck does water stay like that? Hundreds of thousands or million gallons of like underneath you is Australia.
Yeah.
It's really weird how water just stays in a big ball like that.
Well, you remember like that ride at the carnival that spun around and you stick to the walls?
Rotor, yeah.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the world is spinning really, really fast, and so everything's that's gravity.
Oh, by the way, Australia got all the rain they needed.
Did they really?
Wait a minute. That's not gravity.
Right.
That's the
Well,
opposite.
it's a centrifugal force.
Ooh, let's go.
Uh-oh.
Argue this.
Well, there's actually no such thing as centrifugal force.
Come on, Apollo, hit the button.
Well, you're a teacher. I'm not,
So's Rebecca.
You tell me.
I
That
don't
was what
teach
I was
that
taught.
way. We
No,
don't
so
teach
yeah,
that.
there's no such thing as centrifugal force because it's actually it's like one of the laws of thermodynamics. It's actually everything is moving in a straight line, and so when it's going around in a circle, it's actually moving in a tangential line rather than straight out.
So why? Let me ask you another question. Why?
Gravity works because mass bends space, and so you have to think of like a
Oh, there you go.
four-dimensional.
Why is the North Pole
See,
shifting?
When I was in
the iron
high
core
school,
is
they taught us it was
fluid
the world
energy.
being spinning, blah blah blah.
Well, not
But then your
flat.
science teacher, they were wrong.
So the North Pole shifting because of what?
So we have an iron core inside the Earth, right? It's liquid, and so it can change over time and kind of like flow in a different direction. And so
would that explain climate change?
That would not.
In Connecticut.
No.
Because the North Pole is going to be in Russia pretty soon. right?
Carbon dioxide and methane emissions explain that.
I know, but everybody like is like,
I read something cool about global cooling, though. So one of the key trigger they figured out to when we've had ice ages has been when there has been tectonic plate activity around the equator because it pushes up calcium carbonate from the Earth's crust, and that actually sequesters carbon dioxide.
So the world's changing.
It can, yeah. It can
Like
actually
literally
go-
right now, though.
Yeah, it is.
Hence the 70 degrees on Sunday.
Yeah, that's some scary shit. man.
Everybody hates it, but they love it when it's warm out. Well, actually, no, because this generation don't like to be outside.
I do. I like the warm.
I ride my bicycle when it's warm. It's nice. Or when it's cold. Hippie jam band.
Yeah, so that she really floored me with that. I was like, wow, this is really. I mean, my dumbass too. I'm like, I don't even know what you're thinking. I listen because I'm like, all right, whatever. I say some, like, I'll Google words just to sound adultish. Well, maybe the copyright of that.
What was that new shark word?
Yeah. Maybe the flagellant of that.
Shardy-ish.
Yeah,
I tried to say. I got a cheat sheet on my phone. But yeah, it was very interesting to hear that from a Yale student. And it was like, I'm like, all right, well, thank you for the education. I mean, it helps. Because sometimes I'll fall off the radar and I'll be like, oh, yeah, this global warming shit. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. It is what it is right now. And what can we do? We did, back in the 70s, we did try to combat it at one time. We tried to make people get gas on even and odd days. It didn't work. You got the people, the state, the biggest leader of global warming. The war on it is California. You go to California, you can't see 10 feet in front of you. So it's like
very car based.
Oh God! Have you seen the fucking highways? Like when I was out there in the GPS, if something was 3 miles away, it was literally 35 minutes away.
Yeah, it's insane.
Literally.
That's why you should get on your bicycle because
Yeah.
you're there.
You should.
Like
when I went to Long Beach, I was there about a month ago. I went to Long Beach. It was weird watching oil rigs in the middle of the ocean. There's just nothing but oil rigs out there now, and yet they want to lead the revolution with what are you going to do? Rip down the oil rigs?
Well, you can. I mean, like,
where are you going to put them though?
Well, you just turn them into solar panels.
All right, but you got to get rid of all those people driving out there too.
Who the hell knows how we're going to do it? I don't know.
I don't know. And you're ripping down forests to build these. Like Massachusetts, you go everywhere. They're putting them on the highway.
Yeah.
There's no more room to put them anywhere. So you're going to rip down forests, so now you're going to have the tree thing again. It's just fucked up. And fucking CVS.
What did CVS ever
The
do?
trees. Hello, we need a receipt that's that long.
Right, yeah.
And now Hollywood's taking advantage of it and making scarves out of it. They really are.
That's funny.
Thanks a lot, CVS.
There's a lot of things you can do. I mean, I lived in this world 50 years. It'll be 50 years in March. And I've seen a lot of things change too. And I've seen where we used to get snow up to the top of the school buses. And you waited an hour and you
dug out.
Plows came by, you dug out, and you walked to school.
I think the lawyers changed that because everybody's going to get sued for slipping on the ice, and
Here's a good way to fucking stop a lot of things is just homeschool everybody. There's no more
There you go.
socializing anyways. There's no more proms anymore. Like if there's a prom, no one goes to them anymore.
Well,
put everybody in front of a computer. Teachers aren't going to lose their job. They can do it.
Computer's terrible.
To be fair, no offense.
Online college.
To Rebecca here or to Joe, but like that's kind of what's going on right now anyways.
Yeah.
Kids are learning shit online, and school is basically daycare now, right? Like with the amount of authority that they actually give you guys
exactly
anyway.
daycare.
It's school is daycare, and kids they know it all already anyway.
That's what I said. Why can't you just do homeschooling for everybody? Give Rebecca a smart board for her house.
I have a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, take these buildings and give them to the homeless.
Yeah, but
These
then,
schools.
I mean, kind of take that further. Like, what if you just replaced parenting with a computer screen? Like, how...
Because you still got to need jizz.
but what I'm saying is, like, you're putting, like, who's going to run what's on the screen, right? And it's going to be...
Can I answer?
It's going to be, like, giant corporations,
Parents
right?
are already giving kids screens.
No, I know.
And
and
shutting them up.
Well, not my kids. So my kids don't have phones. They
You,
don't have,
yeah, that's you, though. That's you out of a million.
But... I mean, I think people might wake up to it. I mean, we used to give our kids lead toys, right? We used to like let them chew on lead paint and do whatever, and
It was sweet.
feed them. And everybody, like in 1880, like everybody took opium for everything, right? And like we figured out, maybe that's not the best thing, right? So
We had actual Coke and Coke back
yeah,
then.
exactly.
too.
But I think someday we are going to figure out that holy shit, we have done something terrible to this generation of kids that just nonstop screen. We're melting their brains, and I would not want to go further in that direction.
I'm still waiting for them to figure out that ADD medication is bullshit too. Like,
Yeah, don't go
like
get
at least
started
at,
on
at a
that.
certain age, like past a certain age,
You
I
should
get
know.
it.
None of-
But like,
my-
you can't give a 5-year-old, meds.
My
you
ex
know what I
did,
mean?
and it pisses me
Their
off.
brains are still developing.
And sometimes they give it to boys a lot because they're acting like
Boys.
you
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
And so-
My ex did, and every time he would come visit me, I wouldn't give it to him. And she's like, "You have to give it to him." I'm like, "No."
Yeah.
She's like, "You have to because it's gonna fuck him up." I'm like, "I don't care.
Yeah.
He's a boy.
Yeah.
You're
are
a mom
active.
that can't handle a boy." You
Yeah,
shouldn't-
but they just they can't be on and off. On
I
and
understand
off.
that part. I'm just saying, I wouldn't.
It felt wrong.
She gave it to him when I wasn't home.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't give it to him. Like she's like his pill. I'm like, I don't give a fuck what his pills do.
Yeah.
He's a boy. If you have to, you not beat his ass, but spank his butt or put him somewhere.
Yeah.
Or change
Take
his,
something
or change
away.
his diet, or go, join
Yeah, don't
his
stick him
sport,
with
like,
fucking chicken nuggets all day.
Yeah, let's.
Bring them outside to play.
Yeah, throw a frisbee
Everything you
around,
stick in a
something.
kid's mouth is carbohydrate filled.
Yeah.
Like these chicken nuggets are these fucking beefaroni tins.
Yeah.
And then, you know what happens
That's
is
what I grew up on, man.
Me
It's
too.
terrible. I ate the worst
Me too.
ramen noodles.
Me
like,
too.
oh man.
Me too, and that's the problem why I can't control my diet now because I grew up on Elios and Funyuns and Twinkies, and my mother fucking, when she went shopping on Friday, I ate everything by Saturday morning.
Well, because everything was processed. Like
It was
that,
processed.
Our parents' generation, they were living through science.
But
you know,
my
like-
mother always made a meal, though. My mother always made dinner. Maybe not so much breakfast because she worked, but she always made dinner every night.
No, I grew up eating in front of the TV, man.
We did too. We had I still have the trays. The trays you open up. We got a fucking beautiful dining room table we used 3 times since we moved here. It's ridiculous. I built a beautiful island up there for breakfast. Put a TV the other day. That lasted a day. But the TV dinner, not the actual TV dinner, but the TV dinners in front of the TV or any meal has been like that since the 70s. That's where people got together. No, actually, no, 80s I want to say, because 70s, we had Sunday dinners. Like, if you ever watch the show Blue Bloods, it's exactly what a family should be like. They, no matter what's going on in life, at the end of the fucking week, they all sit down for dinner.
We do that now. I mean, that's how we do it.
I wish I could do that. I wish I could get all my stepkids and my regular kids, everybody together in one day. But everybody works now.
Well, I married a good cook who works at home, so I lucked out.
She married a good cook, too. No, but that's what I miss. I miss the Sundays. Like, believe it or not, I used to go to church on Sundays, and after that, it was a big tradition. We would go to church for an hour. I would go to my catechism for the hour after, and then my mother would pick me up, and we would go to this little farm in Naugatuck called Facets.
Mm-hmm.
And this guy before you would go to church, you'd go there at 7 in the morning. And you walk into the barn and you go, all right, I'll take that one. It was a live chicken.
Holy crap.
He'd grab it and snap its neck, and all right, when you get done with church, it'll be ready. So you go in and snap the neck and put rotisserie. And being Portuguese, they didn't waste anything, so my mother was like, give me the blood, everything.
Yep.
And they would make rice with blood. Yeah, fried rice with blood.
That's weird.
It's disgusting. It's like looking at someone on a period.
They got a
Bad.
candle for that.
Yeah, it's gross. But the chicken, it was so. You walk in and you pointed at the. Dude, the guy had a big lisp, or no, a big. He had a cyst on his lip, and he always thought, "What do you want for? What do you want to do?" And then you go and you grab that one and grab this one. Yeah. Just snap its neck.
It's like the Red Lobster for chicken.
Yeah, you didn't have animal activists back then. It was like, all right.
Yep. Boom. This is how we do it.
And my dad used to buy real chickens, and in the basement. All right, you want to go upstairs on this one? Snap the neck, fucking cut it right off, and drain the blood. You know. But yeah, it was so fresh though. It was like literally like dead for like an hour.
Like an Ozzy Osbourne show.
Yeah. So that's what we used to do on Sunday, and then after dinner we would just whatever we do, we go, and then my generation we'd go outside and play football, tackle
football in the leaves, and
build forts. You know, find our brothers' fucking Playboy magazines and steal them and take the centerfolds or the other pictures and put them on our fort walls until the town came by and knocked the fort down. That's what we did. And then if we knocked that fort down, we went and built another one. But yeah, I miss those days. You're not going to have that no more. I don't give a shit. Even if you... Like, could you imagine now having a fort and a cell phone? It'd be quiet. There'd be no fires in the woods. There'd be fires on the screen. Oh, you want to stay warm? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And you know what? Every generation changes, and you can't say, well, if it used to be like this, you can't. This is what they are accustomed to, and that's it. Right. This is what they're accustomed to, and you can't change that. We can live our legends on, and we can do whatever we want until we're 60, 70, 80, and I mean, we're not going to go to Six Flags when we're 70, but, you know. And that's the bad thing, too, like these malls and these Six Flags and these aquariums and these beautiful fucking malls and everything just whittling away because there's just no more social.
Right.
That's why I said, Ryan, if it's no more social life now, get rid of schools. Just do homeschooling. It would save the town so much money on taxes. No more buildings to take care of.
But homeschoolers, I did my dissertation on homeschoolers, actually. And they kind of make their own kind of kitchen table schools, and they start to reform.
No, I'm saying give every
network.
So with your taxes, instead of buying these expensive books, give every kid a Chromebook.
Yeah,
it's not...
but think about how much money is being made by Facebook, by all these guys, right? Those guys, they know how to lobby the Hartford, Washington, and they are going to take all the money for their software and for their apps and for their product and for the testing, and they are going to make trillions
What's
of dollars.
a book cost?
A book costs like $90.
All right, what's a Chromebook cost? $120.
Right.
So now you're saving what? 5 books?
My fear with the whole computerized thing is that it will become all testing. Like, I'm not one of those people, you can't give a spelling test because it stresses them out. No, I feel like I'm right in the middle, but if we did that and I taught over the screen, I'm not there to really see or assess how they're doing in that moment, so I think it would just be all testing all the time. And that's not also...
But you are there. You can control their mouse. Like, you have programs that you can control all that.
Not anymore. They used to have. It's not like the old computer labs where you had a LAN school and all that. It's actually there on their own.
I can do that, but they don't need to know. They're 9 years old. They don't need to know.
There's an app called Team Viewer. We can all do it right now if we wanted to, but I don't know. What are you going to do? Just let shit happen, I guess. Because in another 30 years,
coming back to what Joe was saying, that's kind of what's going on right now. Is we're going to let shit happen, and then eventually, people will start to do tests and figure out that this was not the best idea in the world. And 50, 60, hopefully less than that, but probably within 50, 60 years, things will change again. Things will go back to a better way of living.
It's not fashion, though. The only thing that goes back to the old days is fashion. Nothing, no ideology, no traditions. No. How many friends do you know have Sunday dinner with their family?
I do know. Actually, Ziggy, my guitarist, does.
Just one, though, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But I
If
mean,
you were back
it's
when
still
I
somebody
was
I know.
your
Yeah,
age,
of
it was
course, it was
50,
everybody.
yeah.
Yeah, it was everybody. I know. Yeah, I mean,
But that's
just
coming
it.
back. It does come back. Maybe in smaller groups, you
Yeah.
know, but I think it does.
Yeah.
I think there's a movement towards that. I mean, think about the dietary changes. I think people will think of their media consumption in the same way that they do dietary change.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, they start to realize, like, oh, maybe, you know, margarine isn't good. Let's have something more natural. Let's have butter. And, you know, even though they were freaking out for 40 years, oh, butter's bad, they go back to it, right?
Yep.
And I think, you know, we're going in a kind of artificial testing. It's like the McDonald's of education. And, you know, I think hopefully people will go back to the real stuff.
Like this fake meat shit? Dude, all the chemicals.
Well, I'm vegetarian, so, I mean, I eat that stuff.
The fake meat stuff?
Yeah, you know, I mean, what I think it's like, it's processed food, so it's as bad as other processed food, but at least it's vegetarian.
Okay.
So, you know, that's like, you know, when you're on the road. Actually, when I'm on the road going to like a faraway gig, I'm up in Maine or something like that, like, and I'm glad it's there, because then I'm, you know, otherwise it's Dunkin' Donuts.
The Incredible Whopper?
It's good.
Have you had it?
Yeah. Gotta have it fresh, though. If they have it under the lights for a long time, don't eat that.
But they still cook it the same way they cook the meat, so it's not really vegetarian.
I think it's separate. It's not
It's not cooked separately.
It's on the same rotisserie.
Yeah,
Well, you're confusing vegetarian with vegan, though.
No.
Because vegan means you can't have any animal anything.
Right, but
Vegetarian is-
vegetarians do not eat meat.
They don't eat meat, but something with like a meat-based
Yeah, but they
correct me if
can't
I'm
touch
wrong,
meat,
being
though,
a
Dane.
vegetarian, but it's my understanding that vegetarians
vegan
won't
is-
eat meat, but they're not like vegans where like they'll
Like,
still drink
vegans won't-
milk, they'll still eat butter.
Yeah.
So
Vegans
like, if
won't eat
something's
Jell-O,
cooked in
'cause
oil,
Jell-O's
that
got
meat is cooked
gelatin
in,
in
it's
it.
not tainted. Like they
Okay.
can eat that.
Yeah, they won't. Vegans won't eat Oreos.
No, Oreos are vegan.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah.
they will eat Oreos.
They are vegan.
They will eat Oreos.
Her mother's a vegan.
Well, I'm pescatarian, so I eat fish.
See?
I'm Catholic.
But most
I ate everything.
vegetarians won't eat anything that was cooked where meat was.
Yeah.
Rebecca don't eat anything on her pizza.
Usually, but that's more of a veganism thing than it is a vegetarian thing.
I don't know
Not
how
when
you
it
do
comes
it.
to meat, though.
Well, for me, like I don't care if it
Yeah.
touched meat. Like,
You know
whatever.
what's
Like,
funny?
I have a grill, like, and I'll cook a nice steak for my
Yeah.
wife who eats meat, and then I'll cook veggies on it. And, who
A,
cares?
a vegan won't eat meat, but will swallow a load. Full
That's not
protein.
meat.
Still protein.
It's not meat, though. There's a lot of tofu's protein.
But you can if you're Catholic.
Fine line.
Yeah. You can be Jewish and just kosher it up. As long as the rabbi blesses you, it's load. Having a rabbi readily available. My wife won't eat unless it's kosher.
I wonder if all
Okay.
those,
That's a real turn on. Great, thanks.
I wonder if all those anti-abortion senators don't get blowjobs.
I wonder.
I'm pro-life. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, then I guess.
Yeah, but it's not even an embryo yet. It's just sperm. Is it a life yet?
Where do you
I
draw
mean,
the line?
where do you draw exactly? Where do you draw the line?
How many kids have you killed then? Watching porn.
Billions and
If you're
billions.
gonna call them,
Billions
if you're
and
gonna call them a
billions.
kid, if you're gonna call them lives, then how many have you killed? Whipping up a badge.
I leave it up to the women.
I'm pro-choice, baby.
Okay.
It's my choice to masturbate.
I'm not pro and I'm not against it.
Wait, you can choose not to? That's wow.
Yeah. Right.
Either way, I don't care.
No,
You know, then I guess maybe I'm pro-choice,
no.
but it's still bad. I see. All right, so this might sound bad. 3 to 4 weeks, I could see it. 3 to 4 months.
Yeah, I mean,
If the baby's got a head, come on, dude.
I think most people agree. I think most people feel that
Yeah,
way.
I-
And, but like,
Yeah, but in New York, you can go up to 9 or 8 months.
yeah, that's crazy. I mean, there's
Like
there's
they're
a
pulling
fee.
them out and ripping their.
no, I think that's just those crazy people on the street corners who are
I
pulling
saw
up those
pictures, man.
and I know, but that's not. Come on, that's
Drive by a fucking Planned Parenthood, you'll see some graphic pictures.
Well, yeah, of course they're gonna put the worst pictures.
Still, though, think
there
about
could
it.
be
8
out
months,
there.
that baby's been kicking. You really want
I
to
don't know.
terminate that?
I don't know
That's
how
rare.
true
That's
that is.
rare.
I don't-
But
yeah,
most-
You
That's
can
so
see the
rare.
baby kicking at 8 months.
But
No,
mo-
I know, but what I mean is I don't know how true that is. That
Well,
they're
how
doing
would you
it at
kill an 8
months.
month then?
Most of the people.
I'm saying I don't think it's true that they're doing it at 8 months.
Yeah, I
I
don't
don't
think
know
so.
how
No,
true
there's
that is.
in New York, it's up to 8 months you can do.
But that the law allows it and
Yes.
whether it's happening a lot
Oh,
are two different things.
I know someone that did it.
So most of the women that abort late in pregnancy are for health reasons.
No.
Because the baby is has something wrong or is
Nowadays, you can have a test that's 4 weeks. It'll tell you if it's retarded. That's bullshit.
Well, no, she doesn't necessarily mean that. It could be a
Not
defect
retarded,
that
but
happens
anything.
late in term. Yeah.
But you can test the DNA now, and it'll tell you if something's going to be wrong.
Now, but there probably you couldn't do that maybe even 5 or 6 years ago. You know, I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying it's possible.
They can tell you if it's going to have Down syndrome after 2 weeks.
The nuchal fold test.
Whatever it is.
That's what it is. Yeah.
But
And that's good. That's where the pro-choice comes in. Like, not saying that retarded people shouldn't be born, but I couldn't handle one personally. I don't know if I could. Maybe I could if it was mine, but I don't know.
It is hard to say.
I get really around them, and that's bad on my part to even admit that, but it's something I have to admit. I don't do well around people that, like, they scare me.
Like people like on the spectrum and so on?
Some people, like, let's say at the Southbury Training School type people.
Yeah.
Like people that like are looking at, you know, who even actually gets me most is the autism kids, because
that's what I meant by
autism, or the really mentally challenged. But the autism scare me the most because they get violent. You know what I mean? Like they get
repetitive and kind of like hyper,
and they're harmless, but they're very like when we did
intense.
Yeah, when we did that, when we do the autism things all the time, like
no, it's tough. I understand, and you know.
We did a lot of things for PLR with autism, and a lot of people and they would come up in the speaker and they would shake the speaker. Or but here's the thing: I understand that's your kid. Then be a fucking parent. Don't walk away. Right. You're bringing a kid out in public. You need to be a fucking parent. Yeah. When you walk away and learn and rely on the public to, like, say Dane's never been exposed to that, and now he's got a kid walking up to him, banging his head. Like, what's Dane gonna do? He's gonna try to protect himself because he doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, that parent should be like, no. And I know it's a 24-hour job for them, but they chose to keep them. Yeah.
That's hard.
They chose to keep them, and that's their job now. You know what I mean? Like, either that or hire some help.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's funny you say that, because I mean, like, you know, it's true. It's like, if you're gonna love your kid unconditionally, you're gonna keep them. You know, it's like you have to understand that kid's going to grow, but the brain isn't to a degree, and you have to watch them even in their 20s, 30s, 40s, like they're still a kid.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how it is.
Very intimidating. And it's very sad to watch that, because it's like, this kid is like, wow. But, you know, then the smallest thing will calm them down.
Well, because, again, it's like a 3-year-old. You hand them a lollipop, and they shut up.
Yeah.
You know, that sounds like an asshole, but, you know.
All right, so don't forget travelingtorow.com. That's booze. Nice conversation this last hour. Travelingtorow.com. That's booze. If you want a psychic reading, Booze wasn't here tonight. Booze from Oklahoma, and he usually Skypes in, but he had an issue tonight. So
does he really give psychic readings to the guests?
Yeah. And he also reads tarot cards. If you want to call him up, travelingtorow.com, and gives a.
His real name is Steven. We call him Boo.
Yeah.
He's a good
guy. Very cool. I'm sorry I missed you, Boo.
And then Getting Sports with Drunk every Monday from ish to ish.
That's right.
But basically, it's 8 to ish. We just say ish. They're up until
8 until they
Ricky
run out
and
of
I
drink.
are in bed by the time they leave.
Yeah.
And don't forget the 34s. Rando's every Thursday. Any gigs coming up?
Yes, as a matter of fact. Well, nothing, no dates slated yet, but we have a few rooms that we're starting to talk to, and as soon as I have some dates, I'll start announcing them on the show. But yes, we are planning a 2020 spring tour.
Gala?
Quote. Yeah, you know, we're going to hit some of the local circuit again. Get back out there.
I was talking to Heather. She was thinking of like incorporating the comedy with her shit too. So.
That's cool. Yeah, I would.
If you guys are interested,
I'll be giving you a call.
That's what my dad was doing.
What?
They had a comedian
Why do you
open
think I'm
up for
pursuing this,
him.
babe?
I know. I'm just saying, like
That was one of
it went
his,
over well for him.
That was one of his dying declarations to me. The Four Live Crew on Sundays from 6 to 7, and then my show on Wednesdays. Four Live Crew is they're so bad they have a private Facebook page that they can't. A lot of things they discuss in it. But them and tomorrow night Tony's Huntington Inn, and then Sunday at reruns in West Haven.
And Tony's is in Bridgeport.
5 minutes tomorrow and 20 minutes on Sunday. And Ricky at Central Hospital for veterinary medicine. Holly, anything?
Yeah, my girlfriend Jocelyn is debuting her band at Main Street on Friday, so 9:30. So guys, come check it out.
What's the name of the band?
Debut. Oh no, Overdrive.
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 If you don't know anything about Cherry Street, it's a very metalish bar.
Yes, it is. We're
out in
actually
Wallingford.
might have a show there in April.
So they must be changing their venue then if you're on there.
My jazz
they do
group
pump
played there
nights.
once. No wonder we only played there once.
Yeah,
they're very, very metal oriented.
They tend to be a very metal oriented place. Yeah, they have punk rock nights though, and we've played
Oh, they do?
during their punk nights. Yeah.
All right. What'd you learn tonight, Holly?
What did I learn?
You didn't have to learn anything.
I don't know. I had fun.
Joe, what'd you learn? Oh, I'm sorry, the John Spignesi Band.
Yes, I was gonna.
Check them out. They have johnspignesi.com or JSB?
JSBmusic.org.
Right. What's the org? Are you guys government?
Yeah, we're G-men.
Okay. And then what's the other site to get your music?
has the code.
Well, just go to jsbmusic.org or look us up on Spotify or any of those things and Pandora, and you'll get your music that way.
And you're playing?
We are playing at the Branch Something restaurant in Chester on Sunday afternoon, and then Donovan's Reef in Brantford on 3/14 Pi Day for a big
Donovan's
show.
Reef, is that near Thimble Island?
Yeah, I mean it's right there, kind of downtown. It's near
Downtown, then, more
It's near
than-
G-Zen, that
Okay.
vegan restaurant there.
My buddy owns a restaurant called Cozy.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Cozy? Is it Cozy? Pasta Cozy.
Yeah, I think it's pasta.
Pasta Cozy. As seen on Food Network. What'd you learn tonight?
What did I learn tonight? I learned that my keyboard player has a lot of original music that I haven't heard yet, so I'm psyched about that.
That's it?
That's it.
All right. Candle.
I learned about JSB. Very cool. I'm kind of into the jam band thing. Oh, the nice part about it is it's traditionally kind of upbeat, and you can't really go wrong with it.
Positivity.
I've never heard anyone,
Too
hate
bad
it
none
on
of your radio
positive.
stations play jam band music, though.
Yeah.
He works for Connoisseur Media with Jones PLR and
oh, very cool.
And the Fox and
Yep. I learned that the Apple Cap is undefeated.
the Kango, the white Kango.
It is. I learned that Mitch is also a magician.
Oh.
Because I don't know where
He
the
just-
hell he went to the bathroom and did not come back.
Yeah, he said he had to go.
I don't think I learned about Rebecca again. Sorry. I learned that Dane is indifferent about Avenged Sevenfold, which goes along with anyone who's ever talked about Avenged Sevenfold. All right. All right.
That's Rebecca's Nickelback, right?
Yeah. Ricky is a metalhead purist. I learned that as well. And I learned that Pete is going to do great tomorrow and Sunday.
Yeah, everybody.
I hope so. Rebecca?
I learned a new word, shardiest. I'm going to use that from now on.
That's the shardiest chart.
Nope.
None more shardy.
Shartation.
No. It's not. That's
What's
a
baby shark? Shark.
You know, when I woke up this morning, that song was stuck in my head for whatever reason. But anyways, I also learned that Pete is going to do an amazing job.
Dane?
I'm so excited. I actually wrote some shit down tonight. What I
Oh.
learned.
No.
I learned about vaginal scented candles. I didn't know about that. The Paltrow vag candle. That's news to me. And then I also learned that everything I was taught in school about gravity was absolutely fucking false.
Yes, it
And I'm really kind of fucking upset
I'm
about
sorry.
that. Like, no, dude, you have no idea. Because, like, for literally years, that's what I was taught in school. Like, legit taught in school. Wow. Oh, the Earth spins really fast, and that's create gravity, and
Right?
we're stuck on here because of that. That's what I learned.
Yo.
Not even kidding. And, like, for you to come and, like, say that, like, totally blew my mind. I'm like, wow. My educational system fucking failed me. That sucks.
Yeah, I'm
like,
trying to fix things.
and I feel like an asshole for like even trying to be intelligent before. Like, oh, I know this, and then you're like,
Sorry, you probably hate
nope.
me now.
No, dude, I respect you, and I'm glad you taught me something that I was not taught in fucking 12 years of school.
Oh boy.
So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Thank you for not calling out your school system to make me feel bad.
No, it's okay. It's a public school system.
Mystery
That's all I'll
town
say.
X.
But yeah, like that's crazy to me. That like that, you know what I mean? Like not crazy, but it's like just wow. I had no idea.
Yeah,
So
and your
thank you.
teacher probably had no idea either. They probably heard that and like, this is my assumption about the way it works, and let's go with it.
Right? Yeah. Which is that's just crazy to me. So anyway, that's what I learned today.
Ricky?
Really? Dumbass. Ask him what he learned. Like right when you pick up. Like, hey, what you learned today?
We're like 2 minutes left of the show. Where you been?
No, it's 10:24. Come on.
Yeah, we end at 10:30.
Oh, well, hey, I'm back.
All right, so Joe, what'd you learn? How's that?
Actually, it was right to him.
It was perfect timing.
This was a short show for me, so I'm sorry. What I learned is I'm never gonna. Well, you know what? I just had my call interrupted by pussy. So.
Cat came home.
So sometimes you gotta like seal the deal, but you guys are a great band, and I definitely I wasn't able to hear your actual stuff, so I logged everything down and I was listening to it on my tablet, and everything is actually really dope. So
Nice.
you guys are doing some good stuff.
Right on, brother. Thank you.
Yep. Pete, I learned that I'm really excited that you're going into stand-up.
Thank you.
I'm like excited for you, and I think you're gonna do really good at it. I think you're one of the guys that is ready for it. You've pioneered what you're doing here, so I think this is like a good like stepping stone to kind of go to that next level. And listen, you know what? It's one performance. Take it as you leave it, and you know what?
It's actually 2.
Peter, get your hand off of your dick. What are you doing?
No, I got another one Sunday.
You got to just keep going for it. So I mean, don't.
Sound like Kendall.
Yeah.
Power of positivity.
I learned that Ricky doesn't talk a lot, but hi, Ricky.
Hi.
Yeah, that's it, man. I mean, listen, I was kind of like, my mind was like plugged with pussy tonight, so I was kind of like.
You're at that age.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still, I can still get it up pretty hard.
Well, not worried about that. I can still get it hard too. I'm at the age where I watch TV. You want pussy.
I just get the candle.
You know what?
No,
I just get the candle.
Like, if I could watch TV and not talk, like I have a girl calling me back and forth, like, oh, hey, and it's like, hey, we all live and learn. We're all young, right?
As long as she can do Kegels, that's good.
Oh, and the one thing I did learn, I want to say really quick before anything is, I think we should bring back mixtape Saturdays.
That's what I'm thinking too. I was talking to Ricky the other day. I said, so we got another show on Sundays, Joe. It's 4 DJs from 94.3, and they're not allowed to talk like they do on the show here at their station, so they brought their platform to here on Sundays.
That's out of New Haven, right?
Yeah, 94.3 is an R&B station.
It's like R&B shit.
It's a BLS of Connecticut.
Old school.
Yeah, it's the BLS, Connecticut BLS.
Dude, I love that station, man.
It's a great station. Nah, yeah.
No, 94.3 is really good.
They do stuff with my kid's school in New Haven.
Yeah,
That's
they
very
do a
cool.
lot.
Dude,
So
that's a great station, man. And they're kind of undiscovered. Not a lot of people know about them. It's a really underground, like old school, like kind of like,
you gotta listen to them all day, Joe. Their playlist is awesome. But
no, it's amazing.
Before so the 2 Saturday DJs, the Friday night DJ, and a comedian do a show. It's our show in black retrospective, if you want me to say it frankly. So it's everything we talk about, but in their world.
Okay.
So I mean, they
obviously we're a little bit more obscure than they are.
Yeah, we go a little bit differently than they do, but they're just as funny and just as
higher echelon.
You should, and I'm in a private group with them. You should see the shit they talk about all day. It's ridiculous, but it's a really, really funny show. I made the debut with them on Sunday, so check it out and check that out, and it should be a lot of fun. So what I was gonna say is because we have that, and I was telling Ricky the other day, I said, now that PPRN is growing, it's the 10th year. Maybe we can go back to 24/7 soon. Which will be cool, which will have the mixtape.
I'll tell you something too, man. Like, you know what? Like on my Wednesday nights, Dude, I love calling in, man. This is fucking fun.
Thank you.
Tonight I had a little hiccup because I had a little pussy problem.
Yeah, that's fine.
But if I could stay on a full show, you know, like last week's show was fucking funny as hell, and this week's show was great too. But you know, I'm sorry, but
No, it happens. Everybody wants their cat to come home once in a while.
You gotta keep those appointments.
if I was in the studio with you, it'd be a lot easier because I'd just be able to be like, "Hey, Pete." Or no, it's this way.
Yeah. What I'd like to do too is start. If we can start doing shows, if we can start doing some live mixing during the breaks too, that'd be awesome. Good way to promote everybody.
Yeah, I mean, and even if I have to too, like I'm gonna figure out a source too where I can actually plug in.
I already got it. I'll let you know how to get into it. It's real easy.
Cool.
It's real easy. It's called Team Viewer.
That's our objective next week then.
Yeah, as long as you got a little small board that has USB on it, you're fine.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, and Babe, what'd you learn?
I learned that if you stay on your diet, then we're not going to be able to do short or fart anymore.
I think it'll just it'll change.
I'll add water
Hey,
to it.
listen, you know what? I just want to say one thing real quick. Is I won Charter Fart tonight. I got all three.
You got all three.
Don't kill them.
We'll send you your participation trophy.
I also learned that the ladybug hung out with us all night, so it must be for good luck for your new
She was
endeavor.
here on Monday too.
Oh,
That's
see?
awesome.
She came right after the spider came out of the crab cage.
They're good luck.
You missed the mouse.
It's for your new endeavor.
Oh, thank you. Tell her thank you.
Are we sure it's alive still?
Yeah.
We had
crawling.
we had a mouse the other day hanging out with us. We didn't know he was dead for like 3 hours. So he's not moving.
Dude,
Either that or he really likes the
other
show.
day, I had a customer that was actually sitting like right next to my desk, and she was waiting for me to like get all her paperwork ready, dude. And all of a sudden, through the fucking showroom, this little fucking tiny mouse goes. Dude, the lady got so fucking freaked out when she received her Honda survey. She fucking said everything went well except for the little mouse that scurried by.
Ricky don't even touch dead mice.
No. Nope. That's your job.
That's why she don't touch me.
Which is good, but yeah, she did mention the mouse, so it's like, you know.
That's why she don't touch me. It looks like a mouse in a bird's nest. Oh, it's a spring.
What did you learn?
What I learned the band is great. Joe here's got a nice personality, and he hung out the whole night. That's how you know this guy's a good guy, when they hang out the whole night listening to us.
We're neighbors. I live right over there.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
You live in West Haven?
By the high school, yeah.
Oh, cool. What else did I learn? I learned Joe's another great addition to the show, and I learned that Kendall is a great supporter, and Dane is. We didn't do Dane again this week. Damn it! Next week.
That's cool. What were we supposed to do with it?
So each week we're gonna focus on each one of you.
Oh, thanks.
Because you started it last week with the sound effect. No, I want to.
So you're gonna kind of take every single person and kind of just focus the whole shit. That's
Yes,
a good idea.
That's what we're gonna do, because everybody got to get to know everybody. Because this just doesn't. It just isn't my show. It's everybody's show. So.
No, that's a good idea though.
Yeah. Thank you.
Get some theme music. Avenged Sevenfold. You know.
And Sevenfold is Rebecca's Nickelback. That's what I learned too. And I learned that I didn't believe in anything until that ladybug didn't move the whole night. So maybe that's a good thing. 7 interviews I have this week.
Damn.
Really?
What happened to the coffee place?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ricky happened.
Oh, how you gonna blame me?
Ricky happened. No, I worked it, and I didn't like it. So I didn't like the way that they could tell me to leave one night and not tell me when I'm coming back.
Yeah.
So I had an interview today, have an interview tomorrow, have an interview Friday, have an interview Tuesday. Wow. I had an interview today, and I had another. Oh, so Joe, I had an interview before I go. I want to let you know. I had an interview which is going to involve car dealers. It's a really good paying job. It's for Sirius XM.
Okay.
And what I'm going to be doing is going to the big lots like yours. And reactivating all the Siriuses in the car that have been sitting.
Dude,
You
let
know
me
that
tell you
guy?
something, man. That I have
that's a big business, man. And I'm telling you right now, because I have probably 50 certified Hondas that have they should be activated for Sirius XM.
Right.
And I have the dealer app, so what I can do is like this girl that I was talking to before. Before I had to hang up. I'm sorry. I actually took my phone and I scanned her VIN number from the door, and I actually was able to give her 90 days free.
That's what this is. So that's exactly. They're going to give me the app to do that.
Yeah. I have the dealer app, so I can do it at my. But listen, I'm telling you right now, if you come in and it's a package deal, dude, come over to the. Tell the Hoppins that you want to do it.
It's a really good money opportunity, and it's my own boss type thing too. So.
Yeah,
and they give me
that 90-day subscription. It's all access. It gives you everything. It gives you the sports channels.
I do. If I do the 90-day and get them active, I got to do 70 a day. And if out of those 70, if someone activates after the 90 days, then I get that commission.
That's nice, dude.
But
that's a pretty penny.
But the salary is up there too, and it's $475 a month for car allowance too, and they pay for gas. So.
Dude, and you'll be working exclusively for Sirius XM?
Yeah.
Yeah, so... Dude,
good way to get in, right?
That's the way to get in, bro. Come on.
It's a good way to get in.
That's the way to fucking move up the ladder.
That's how I did it at PLR.
Then you'll be in New York soon, and then...
That's how I did it at PLR. I hung out with Kendall one day, and then the next thing I knew, I was on Chaz and AJ, so... That's what I said. Ooh, Sirius XM? Whoa. When they called them,
take an opportunity with a company like that, because dude, they have millions and fucking billions of dollars.
Yeah, because matter of fact, iHeart just laid off everybody.
Oh yeah, I heard it.
You see that? They're making every station by 2025. They're making every station automated.
Yeah,
every station.
There's gonna be no live streaming anymore.
No more Elvis Duran. Nothing.
No,
it's gonna be regular radio. Is gonna be iHeart.
So iHeart swallowed up Clear Channel, basically.
Yeah.
So they swallowed up, and now what are they going to do with all the live programs?
It's NBC.
It's fucking WN.
NBC. So what their goal is by 2025 is they fired half of their staff, half of their morning shows that weren't like high rated, and they're going to go all automated. Like KC101 is all automated. There's no one live in KC101.
The problem is, man, is terrestrial radio is just losing.
Right, it's going to be iHeart on your car radio.
Yeah, it's internet radio right now is the key, and it's not even just iHeart. Like people are finding other obscure, people are finding PPRN, people are finding other outsources. Sirius XM is huge. That's why I'm telling you, if you're getting a fucking position with them.
We had 400 downloads last week alone.
Well, you know what it is too? Is radio. I noticed something about radio. Of all the mediums right now that you can follow, it's the most censored still. You know what I mean?
Well, they're still going to be able to censor just because it's a streaming thing, but what their problem is...
I mean, just in general. You can
terrestrial
you can watch TV now and they say fuck.
Oh,
You know
no.
what I mean? They can't say radio.
NBC, CBS... No. But hold on.
Yeah.
Those channels are cable. Those are HBO. Those are not what you can catch on an antenna. You still can't say fuck on CBS.
Or NBC,
and NBC and ABC.
Yes,
like the other day, Ricky and I watched Bad Boys on USA, and they were saying the N word, and they were saying fuck,
shit,
and asshole. But USA, you can't catch with an antenna. That's where the problem is.
I see.
That's why Sirius, you can swear. That's why HBO, you can have nudity because it's it's monitored. But
oh, so you mean when the Khaleesi fucking showed her tits in fucking Game of Thrones, it was perfectly fine, right?
Yeah, right. But the thing is, too, is they tried to do... So what they try to do is they try to do a terrestrial radio with the same signal as regular radio, and they called it HD radio, because those are hidden frequencies.
Yeah.
And you couldn't get it unless you bought an HD radio, which put you in charge of what you listen to. And that didn't work. People didn't catch on to
I have HD radio in my car. Can I tell you, Pete? I have never fucking listened to every single HD radio channel in my car. Completely sucks.
KG is on HD2 KC101. So 101.3 is what KG's on. 100.9. It's 101.3 HD2.
All right, so maybe I'll check that out. But
yeah, he does.
I remember I was on 100. I was on 100.5 the other day, and the secondary station was like a smooth jazz station. It was like, it sounded like porn music. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit?
Yeah, PLR had had a modern rock station on HD, and they shut it down. Yeah. And that was a station that was trying to compete with 104.
That format though is fucking dying off. It's like everything, dude. It's just it's.
Yeah, so now it's not a really good time to get into radio.
No.
At all. Sirius, yes. That'll be around for another fucking 50, 60 years.
Listen, as long as there's satellites up here.
Yeah. Plus the content is great. Like you can go from right-wing fucking news to Jamie Foxx to Howard to, you know what I mean? Like on one device.
I'm switching around all day. Like I listen to Stephen A. Smith in the afternoons for sports. I listen to Howard in the morning every morning, obviously, and then like I'll switch around and get to the music. I'll listen to I'm listening to BPM right now. Like look, I actually have it on my TV. Like I have it on my TV. So I listen to it on the TV. I mean, dude, it's versatile. You can listen to it anywhere. That's the mode of streaming now. It's just internet radio is still going to always be huge, but Sirius radio is going to be big. And
just like our Make Show, I don't understand why it didn't get any bigger than it was. Like it was 24 hours of no commercials and like straight up mixes without the fucking Hot 93.7 motherfucker screaming through it every 5 minutes.
I mean, people like that. I don't know.
You know what I mean? Like it wasn't like our Make Show. No one talked.
Yeah.
Like you listen to Hot 93.7 and say, yeah, boo, and they're screaming like they got fucking they're deaf. Yeah,
Right, they bring it back 9 times
yeah.
in a row.
That shit's hot. That shit's hot. Let's bring it back. Like no, exactly.
It's like I gotta go to bed.
Like stop screaming in my fucking ear. Can I listen?
KG does it though, Joe. Right now, he's so annoying. He's like, having fun. Let's go. Like
dude,
the beat, 100.9 the beat.
So over that fucking wave of music. So you know what it is? It's just like we need to land a spot somewhere. You know what? If you want, man, like I told you, let's bring back those mixtape Saturdays or what.
You know what? I might even do because this service I have now allows me 5 hours of airtime. I might even do like a 5-hour mix show now and see how much that works. Because I can actually measure those downloads and those plays. So 5 hours is still a good long chunk.
And listen, those ones that I have from Kiss 95.7 are actually my mixes. So I have a bunch of old ones too. So I can even send you my Kiss 95.7 ones that are like the older ones that like were the classic ones, and I can actually send you those too, so we can play those.
All right. And I also
those are my files. Nobody owns those.
I also applied to Z100 for Street Team. I applied to the old K-Rock for Street Team and the KTU for Street Team.
KTU?
Yeah, KTU. So I'm waiting to hear for them. Hopefully I hear from them. I don't know. We could see.
KTU is a classic station, man. KTU used to play like the fucking best music.
I like KTU when it was Hot 97. When it was on the 97 frequency.
But remember, like, KTU used to play, like, the fucking disco.
Yeah. Glenn Fisher, man.
Played.
Glenn Fisher was on that bitch. And then
man, those were the fucking days.
Yeah. 2 o'clock in the morning till...
KTU house parties.
Yes.
Used to play the best shit.
2 o'clock in the morning till 6 in the morning, you can hear a guy make some deep, deep house, like, house music.
And if you were rolling out of your mind, you were fucking...
That's when you used to leave... Connecticut clubs at 2 and then drive to fucking Brewster because they would stay open till 4.
And you see all the Mexicans on the outside.
Yeah, but yeah.
Hey, papi, you
Yeah.
want me to park your car? No, dude, I'm just parking my car here. He's like, oh, you don't want valet or wash? No, I'm just parking my car here, and I don't want you to steal it. Thanks.
During the summer, they used to have killer barbecues. There used to be a club called Polos, and then they turned it, named it the Streets. It was awesome. But anyways, we got to go. It's late. We'll see you guys later. I'll see you tomorrow night in Richport. Joe, thank you. We'll see you next week.
All right, thanks, man. I'll see you next week.
All right, bud. See you guys, everybody. We say every show, buddy. Stay black, y'all. Good night.
Stay black, y'all.